really good. Thank you to all of those who are now contributing. The numbers are going up nice and quickly, and it's really great to see so many of you taking an invested interest in the event. It's wonderful. Make sure you're all checking the announcements channel because we have a poll. Nemesis has very kindly put one together for us. Please go and fill it out. Your feedback is important. We got rid of the feedback channels because it was bringing an air of toxicity that we didn't want in the event. But we do value your feedback. So we've given you guys a poll. Please go and fill it out. There'll be more polls coming in the future. And it's just a great way to get quick and easy feedback from you. It should only take about 5-10 minutes to fill out. How are we looking for people jumping in? We're on 82 now, getting there.
There is also a full survey. You are welcome to fill that out at the end of your play, whether that be at the end of EU or the end of an NA as well. And it is a very comprehensive survey. We'll be looking at the answers to kind of get a holistic view of how everyone feels about the event in general, about Discord, about in-game. So feel free to leave your thoughts there, and they will be looked at.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Right, we've got 104 in here, and we have 82 in here. Keep trying, guys. You can do it. Believe in you.
I'm looking at the black screen, so...
I'm looking at Altus.
You might have to restart, actually.
You may need to make a new armor profile to join. I have to switch onto my secondary one because my primary one doesn't allow me to connect.
You shouldn't have to do that.
It's related to the unit. It's related to the unit usually when that has to be done.
Whew.
Someone keeps having go and you keep having an open mic when you click things.
It is FNF time. They are setting up for the first round. We're going to have a full server today of 124 players. And we'll see how things go.
You can build a Samsung radar system.
Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. I'll post it in the text channel.
Okay, thank you.
I was going to say that, but I just forgot every single word.
I was born in the soil gravy.
I tuned out at the time. Why were you...
Go home.
Please.
Doors that way.
I've got... Britain has the best propaganda.
Closing behind you.
Hey, Dingo.
Recruitment.
Dingo.
Yep.
Imagine I started off with 8 people, yeah? 2 of them had mod issues, 1 person had a power cut, and 1 of them couldn't make it.
These are likely stories. That's fake news.
No,
Hey, Dingo, guess what?
Happened.
My one dude just said, hey Fred, I don't want to go.
How many have we got left now?
I think there's just 3 of us.
I'm still updating the multi.
Which me and you?
Yeah.
We're lads.
Oh god.
Am I hearing merry men?
Yeah.
Right, gentlemen, try everything you can. Let's get in. Let's get going. We're falling behind time. We need to get this party started. Liru's probably running out of stuff to say. Hi.
Wow,
all of you
okay.
people as well. Oh, it's so tempting to say a naughty word, but I'm not going to do it.
Do it.
For Arma FNF Twitch.
Alright, so we do appear to be in a lull here. It's going to be on Sorry, so I'm going to change it to, let's do Bentusi attack. That's a good one to play at this level. Let's see, it, did not like that, okay. No, that's not the right one, there we go. So chat, how are you doing? It's Friday Night Fights. They're having what appears to be a small technical issue of trying to get people in the server. Because the server doesn't want to get above 90 players right now. They're trying to fix it, but if I knew that was going to be an issue, I wouldn't have started so early, so... That is A-okay, but we've got 3 rounds of Arma 3 PvP planned for you all and your viewing pleasure. And that's just the EU branch, because we will have another 3 different rounds ready to go for the NA branch at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Co-commentating with me will be Barbarian up in the Casting Couch channel, where I need to make sure I need to turn off my TFAR plugin so him and I can communicate openly. Someone asked, why do I not have the TFAR plugin on and we fly up and listen to the players locally? And the answer is, no one wants to hear, while you're co-commentating with someone, all of a sudden you'll hear, oh, fuck, motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. Because when people die, their chat, their VoIP protocols get synced with anyone that's spectating. So, we hear when people, die, and it's a little distracting from, trying to do some co-commentating. So that's why we hide our ways away in the channels. But when I'm alone, I will sometimes go in the channel just to listen to the opening conversations, and then I will move up to Casting Couch just before anyone dies. But otherwise, it looks like I think they've fixed the server. It's up at 90 now. You're still seeing people getting through and connecting. They might have to do a restart, because once in a while, Arma 3, even when you optimize all the bandwidth restraints and whatnot, it's just sometimes it does not like it when people connect. So we'll see how things go. Usually we get started in the first round within the 20-minute mark, but again, the server's having some technical strain where it's just not liking more than 90 people in it right now, and nothing's changed on it. We still have 34 slots, but it's just being a pain. So I'm gonna unmute. We'll have a listen just to see how things are going right now.
Continue.
My avatar is my stream change screen sort of thing.
I have to find you.
You should, if you want to see the crying cat, it's now my image.
Let's give him a warm welcome.
What the fuck?
Really sad cat.
Yeah, so just... The reason we're in the lull right now is because they want to make sure they get all the RSVP slots in. Because how FNF works is they cap the server out at 124. Because for whatever reason, when they get more than that, the server just does not like to handle that much in terms of players. That's why you rarely see ops in the triple digits in Arma 3. It's because just the server cannot handle it. Because of, how ancient Arma 3's coding is, because it just builds off of, Arma 2 and Arma Cold War Assault from the early 2000s. Which is why, to play Arma, you only need, a really powerful CPU with all of its focus on its primary core, because all the advancements in graphics cards and multi-threading with multi-core CPUs didn't really happen until, 2010 on, when the serious advancements came in. So, coding from 20 years ago isn't going to be able to keep up with that sort of thing, but I digress. They have all these slots RSVP'd up to about 106 people, and they just want to make sure they are all able to play because they signed up to play before they open the server to everyone else who is just waiting in the wings to try and get a slot. Usually it's the people that are in the NA branch that RSVP for that, because you can only RSVP for one branch. So if if they want to play more, they can try to play more as one of the extras, which they call the Centaur group. But that listed players is not budging, and I'm still seeing some waves of connecting and reconnecting and disconnecting on the left. So I think the server is just being borked. Oh shit, T5 Bay is going to join us for the EU branch. T5 Bay I often regard as the second best player in Friday Night Fights, right behind Nemesis. Because you normally see them racking up massive kill streaks in Friday Night Fights. Ooh, but only to Liru. What the heck? Yeah, and then the chat window is also shorter. It's supposed to be a lot bigger, too, so I have no idea what's going on with the server. But it looks like it is fixing itself. We're up to 104 now. So I do have one or two of the 4IB guys in the multi-Twitch. If you want to get onto the multi, you just gotta do !MULTI. That'll show you everyone who is streaming, at least who has sent me a link. And from there, you can take out certain people's names in the URL for people you don't want to watch in your multi. Edit it however you want. If you don't want to listen to my annoying-ass gay voice, then by all means, Barb will be also streaming the co-commentary, and you can side with him. My job is just make sure that this content's available for all of your viewing pleasure, because the more we promote Arma, the more people come into the game, and the more people will eventually find their way into my Zeus ops. So, good enough for me. But it sounds like they're slotting, so I'm going to go ahead and unmute myself because we have a blue 4 guy.
Upsy.
SOF is not called out.
Nope, that was just a mistake.
Was Upsy called out? UPSC?
Yeah, so they're still trying to sort things. This might mean that the first round is a little desyncy, and it means they'll restart between rounds 2 and 3. 1 and 2, excuse me, but we'll have to see how it goes. This might just be something weird going on with the server. But we do have Nemesis playing, T5 Bay playing. Communities-wise, because I know some of you like to have me listed out, we've got 29th ID in here. We have the FNF administrators, obviously, Dingo, who heads the EU branch, Indigo, Fox, and Nem, other admins that have that help Dingo through it. Nem being Nemesis, of course. We've got Cholt from the 501st. That's cute. Cholt's an old friend of mine. TSB is here. The sorry, pop-up's coming up. Zeus Spartan community run by Dreams, who is on the multi, by the way. We do have Red Strike with a big group of attendants today. We have TK, UPSE. I don't remember what that stands for, but it has people like Flux and other guys who have been playing FNF for quite a while. You've got Fred from FK. I wonder if Olaf is here too, because we see him almost every week. But we have Tao in here as well, another big group where we see people like Lasad and Twigcane and that group. We got Pads from Arma Anonymous, one of the good players as well. And of course, Scandi Recon, TSB, and I think that is it from what I can see. Hold up, nope. We got 4IB, 4th Infantry Brigade. They've got a big chunk of people today. We have SOF, which I forget what that stands for, but I did do some commentary work for them about 2 years ago in some PvP Capture the Flag stuff. Stuff from, if anyone remembers the name Flash Ranger, he was the guy that co-commentated with me for that 2 years ago, give or take. And he is with the group of SOF today to come and play in Friday Night Fights, which I think is pretty cool. Already covered Red Strike. 1RW is also here, and ML has brought a branch for EU as well. So, again, a lot of players, totals to 124, which is the server limit, and they are slotting. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute. We'll have a listen.
I think we'll pass.
I think they're talking about leadership right now for who to grab what.
29th, Blue 4, Ocean for leadership.
No, thank you. Unless one of you guys want it. Not even in yet, anyway.
So you got to remember, this number doesn't update in real time. It updates every like 20 to 30 seconds. So I will assume we have a near full server.
No thanks.
You're running out of groups.
We're nearly out. Scandi, Blue 4, option for leadership.
I'll take it.
Wow.
Okay.
Asaraya leading Blue 4 as lone survivor.
Scandi have yet to do leadership, so...
Exactly.
Let's do
I was going to say, this is the first. RCC, Op 4, option for leadership.
No thanks.
TK, Op 4, option for leadership.
Oh, I'll take it.
I got for that, you're the last group. Oh no, sorry, SK. Oh, you poor little things.
You mean
SK, Op 4. I'm so sorry, Fred. I've written your names really small.
Perfect. Perfect.
Almost had fucking Centaur as his command.
Oh, I feel... Yeah, on the first round as well. That'd have been a hell of a thing.
finally getting command for once? I don't know.
Hey, no, I'll say this to anyone: if people want to be command just during the week, just let me know, and then I can offer it up. It's not a prized position. If somebody wants to do it and they're nervous about it or whatever, just message me and I'll see what I can do. Obviously, if I get like 50 people saying they want to lead, not everyone's going to get to lead, but then I can make a list or something like that.
A problem for you. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. Everyone keeps complaining about it, but no one steps up and does it. But right, everyone gets slotted into your allocated positions. I'm going to go through and assume that anybody who is still grayed out is centaur. If you are not centaur, then ignore me.
I'm having an issue trying to get in. I'm having an issue selecting a slot.
Yeah.
I'm just stuck in the loading screen.
Yeah, I'm stuck in Langazola.
Yeah, same.
It can take quite a few minutes to load.
I know this.
If you're on the role selection screen and you can pick a slot, drag your name from the right to the left into the slot you're trying to pick into. It's just a bug that happens with Arma.
Hey,
No.
Bravo.
No, like we don't even get to see the slot.
No, like
screen.
we're literally like.
I know, that's why I said
Solo.
if you're at the role selection screen. For your problem, yeah, I think you just SOL.
Hey, Bravo 2 Blue 4, head of Bobby, Reapers and Sandy, Risen and Mapnura. Some Zeus guys can't get into our squad because you're in that team. If you could like move down a team. Like Delta 2 for example.
Yeah, we need that squad for Zeus.
Do you know a fix for the...
Thank you very much.
Alright, so they're still sorting things again because I think there's a few issues, but we're at 122 now. There's only 124 slots in TeamSpeak, so again, everyone has room for a slot, but looks like it's getting sorted here, which is great. So, first round, we'll start, a little bit late. That'll just cut into my time with Yash because we're going to set up our puck mic, which... Honestly, I can just start opening the damn thing right now because I haven't even opened it yet. But I did clean out my office quite a bit. Not completely, but most of it. But I do want to get this puck mic ready to go. And also, I don't know why, but when I drink, I always crave pizza. I'm really craving that stuffed crust Papa John's pizza again, because normally, when I have pizza, it it does not go well with my stomach in the aftermath. But that pizza, last time, for Fapovo 5, which was only a few days ago, actually... Or was it? No, it was Phase 4. So that was last week. Never mind. But that was, sit really well with my stomach. So I'm considering it. But, alright. I can also see on this puck mic what he's going to have me do with it because of the cable here. And it is literally the size of a hockey puck. Wow. That is why they call it a puck mic. Who knows? Or who knew? Excuse me. But anyway, chat, how are you doing? Let's go ahead and look at the roster here. Starting with Blue 4, again, Op4 gets a 20% numbers advantage, which is pretty significant for this operation, but it is going to be company commanded by Azariah, also known as Lone Survivor of Us. He's the guy we occasionally see in the chat. Sorry, I'm just taking the puck mic out of this bubble wrap here. But he's going to have Scandi Recon take the command team with him, which I think is quite interesting. We got 4IB dominating the entirety of Alpha Squad. Nice. We have this group of dudes, which appears to be a mix of, I think it's Zeus community, in Bravo. SL Dream, I forget what his group is, but it is going to be dominating... Bravo 2 there as a support element. Charlie SL is going to be taken by some elements of Scandi Recon to, I guess, act as a vanguard for command. And then you have 1RW taking the command roles for Delta. And excuse me, not for Delta, the platoon roles. And then 29th ID is taking some groups. You got TSB taking Delta 2. And then we've got some extras up in Echo 1. Vehicle crews, it's only going to be, for one of the 1151s, some 1RW guys. Looking at Op 4, it's going to be led by Bassbeard. Bassbeard is working on another operation, by the way, which is going to be that massive multi-community Zeus op. The first one was the Siege of Jaddockville. So we'll see that next month, give or take. I'm also working with him to take the framework he's setting up and use it for a once-a-month event that I will host, which will also be multi-community. And more on that will be talked about in a video coming out Monday or so for, channel updates. But otherwise, got 15th MEU and Fred from FK taking Company 1's lead. Actually, no, it's the Recon group. Never mind, that's the Marksman. Twig King's group taking Alpha here, but no Alpha 2. Bravo is being led by Sideways and Gonzo. Their group with Guy Fieri and Flux, again, 2 really good players. Vonk leading Bravo 2, again, some good players right here. Actually, the only one I really recognize, though, is Vonk there, to be perfectly honest. 1 ER guys taking Charlie for the weapons team stuff. Platoon 2 being led by Indigo, Fox, and Dingo, 2 staff members of FNF. And we have Delta being taken by, in all honesty, some names I don't recognize. And that is always interesting because you don't know how they're going to behave, what they're going to do. You could see the next Nemesis or even Audrey Hotto in that group. It's nice to look at. And then we've got the 700 guys taking part of Echo with, I think, actually almost all of those guys are 700th, and then SOF taking Echo too. Vehicles-wise, for the BTR, we only have Mass for the BTRs, but we also have Fisher and Legs in, so Mass is going to need a second guy for that second BTR. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But otherwise, everyone's been able to get in on the server, minus 1 or 2 still disconnecting and reconnecting. And we'll just have to see how this all gets organized.
We're a bit far in now. People will drop out as the night progresses and people will be able to go in.
That guy Matt is a dick, though, for doing that.
Who is the guy who hasn't gotten a slot?
Me. Aim at the balls. Aim at the... never mind.
Yeah, but I still haven't slotted Centaurs. Aim at the stars.
The stars.
Is that what they call them now?
It says that you're in game, so.
Aim
I
at
am in
your
game, I
dreams.
can't slot.
Okay, let's get aim at the stars. Blue for.
That's what he's changed his name to.
Jolt.
Thought he was just censoring the word balls. What mode is this? Custom,
Say, if you're in a group, just ignore
it's
me.
add sector, so sector
If you
control.
want to do the center. Lord Lust, blue for?
So what Dingo is doing right now is he is sorting all of the players from Centaur to be in the various teams so he can keep that 20% numbers advantage on Op4. So he's just going down the list on all the grayed out names. Buckets is being one of the Centaur guys. And again, Centaur just means that you didn't have an RSVP slot, so you're just the last group that comes in where it's a little competitive of, if you can even get into the server or not. But otherwise, full servers down, 64 plus 54 plus 2 in virtual, unless there's a few more in here. Nope, it's just us 2. So that would be, quick maths. About 121 or 2. It's now 65. So we're at 121 slotted, so there's 3 people that are still unslotted that might be trying to connect into the server. Even though it says we're full, again, it updates every few moments, 20 to 30 seconds. But anyway, overall, if I were to make predictions without us even looking at the map, Op4 attacking with quite a lot of armored assets here. 4 armed gazes, 2 BTRs, 5 Cam-Ash trucks for transports, 2 quad bikes for their recon element. Susari is a very limited map in the sense it's just an island, a thin island that the defending faction can easily set up good defensive lines on, especially since there's only 2 sectors to hit for this objective. I could very easily see Blue 4 just do an all-out eggs-in-one-basket defense where they just forego one sector in lieu for holding the other one. The difference, though, is that winning by time might not be possible for the defending faction, so they're really going to have to rely on their PvP skills. Now, with the 2 LRAS and 2 M2 Humvees, actually, no, I think that means LRAS/M2, so I think that means they have that funky camera system on it as well. So 2 armed Humvees and 2 M2 statics. I could see those Humvees being used to try to get behind Op4's convoy line to either try to snipe the BTR-80 alphas or they're not alphas, BTR-80s, or hit the Cam-Ash trucks to get a lot of free kills early on. And if Blue 4 can manage to do that, they will pretty much seal the deal on their victory unless they have a massive screw-up on their own regard, which we have seen once in a while. Anything's possible in Friday Night Fights. The 2 statics could also be put in really good Overwatch positions or hidden positions to try to snipe out those BTRs. But otherwise, it's really going to be up to Azariah to plan out how he wants to set up his defensive lines. And he's not going to know how to do that until we get into the mission screen. Excuse me, the map screen. We're in the mission screen right now. And we'll see how things go. By the way, I am drinking Stoli Doli, which is pure vodka, just infused in pineapple for 5 days. So I already feel it, Mr. Krabs. So we'll hopefully get started with this very soon here. But I think they're just getting the okay from their server dev. And there it is. All right. So chat, how are you guys doing? Happy Friday. And we'll see how everything goes. Whew. Pretty sure that's like 15 or 20 shots of vodka. Just infused in pineapple, but it goes down so well. Whew. I've been thinking about for my YouTube, I might expand the channel a little bit just to cover like some alcohol stuff. Because why not? It's fun. Now, this is focusing on the center of the map. I'm going to unmute myself. Let's have a listen.
Do it.
The whole point is you have a bit of control.
But right, it's not sequential.
Like going at
and this mission wasn't made by Nem, so...
Break. Sector control, or attack defense sector. 2 sectors, non-sequential. It's similar to the mission I've done already on this map.
And Schult just gave me his POV.
Fantastic.
Again, an old friend of mine who works in the 501st now.
In details.
Blue full lead, any questions?
None.
Op full lead, any questions? Base bid.
Up for lead is AFK. Awesome.
Oh, fuck, it's push to talk. You said non-sequential, right?
Non-sequential.
Cool, no questions.
Awesome. Without further ado, let's push forward and start FNF round.
All right, round start, and I'm just jumping up a channel. Barb will join me momentarily. Barb, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I burned the ever-loving fuck out of my tongue earlier, but other than that, I'm doing all right.
Oof. Well, I mean, we have started on FNF. It took a little longer there because the server was having a little bit of troubles, but we're here ready to go. Now, what are your thoughts on this? It's 2 sectors, blue for defending, op for up to 20% numbers advantage, and quite a few armed assets to work with here. I've actually seen op for spawn point used already in a different mission, but I think it was going north instead of south. Again, I think Nem's just recycling some of the stuff he has so he can continue to create missions at the speed he has been, but... Otherwise, I think this is a pretty nice opening mission for the first operation. What are your thoughts?
First, oh, well, there's right there. What? How many people was that? That was everyone.
That was everyone.
That's my thought.
Woo! That's your thought. All right. Glad we could sort that. Let's jump back downstairs.
Break.
That was literally everyone.
The fuck happened?
Well.
Server.
I claim that victory for Blue Fall.
Yeah.
Defended successfully.
No.
Good job.
Op 4 had the numbers advantage still.
Op 4 has...
Base bit, were you anywhere near the objective?
Oh yeah, I was next to it.
Shut up. Yeah, tell us exactly where you were.
Okay, so basically I logged into the admin menu.
Oh. No, tell us exactly where we were.
Alright, gentlemen, the server is back up. Go back in, slot back up exactly where you were, and we'll push straight through.
GG, everyone.
For the start.
Me when a centaur takes my company lead position.
Imagine.
I'm not sure what's causing it, Dingo.
If he did that, you should give him it.
Yeah, Roger.
You know what?
I'll do it. Just let him see it.
Indigo, I know Martin is available, probably, if you can get a hold of him.
Fucking, I can take company command. I done platoon.
The same spots that you had previously.
Does anyone have any idea why
now
everybody
I get
crashed?
a stick in fucking joining hell.
It's server killed all of it's fine.
Yeah, the server died.
We need to upgrade this fucking server.
The server is upgraded. That wasn't a server issue. That was a
application
loading issue.
Is it at all related?
Between Armor 3 and the server hardware. As Armor 3 is being broken as fuck.
Sorry. Wait. Break. Is it at all possibly related to what someone from the RCC said earlier about Lucky Solar being a different version now?
This is sorry, so it's not like it's all.
Oh, it's sorry.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, the server. It's just that the server sometimes shits itself around 122 to 125 people.
But we have had maximum players the last 2 weeks, and there hasn't been any issues. We'll try again. We'll see.
Wait, so you're all saying it's an Arma issue that it's not behaving correctly, right?
It's the server application
Well, that's
itself.
just Arma being Arma then.
What a great
The
start.
server application is the one issues, yes.
The first round goes to Arma.
Yeah, when the server all caught up again, I saw a lot of people running around. Just remember, just don't touch your mouse for the first minute or so, unless you're like, come on.
I got in like so much faster than everyone else.
Yeah,
like
same.
It's the same to me.
You got a good PC then.
Didn't we have like a black
man,
screen
then
buffer
TeamSpeak crashed.
in the previous version of FNF? Why did you guys remove it for this version?
Martin is still working on it. It's a small issues.
Okay.
We're on our release candidate 2 right now, 2.1.
Cool.
And it is one of the worries Martin had, but we haven't seen any issues the last 2 weeks, so
Yeah, because
we'll see if it happens again.
I crashed instantly after I loaded the map in.
If it happens again, we're moving on to the next mission on an older version.
Woo!
Everybody get back in, get the same slots you had previously, and then load into the game. We'll extend safe start a little bit to compensate, and
Yo, Dardis, that's just the game loading in.
Yeah, so Martin's in the server now as well. Hold up. Alright, we're gonna move to something more casual. Let's do one of my favorites to play to promote H-Shield mood. Severe might also join us in the casting couch for this round. I've told him it is a little tough to do co-commentary with 3 people at once, but he's free to join us if he wants. Alright, he wants in. Let me give him the pass. I'm gonna mute myself just for a little bit, because, again, Arma does not really handle triple digits in general too well. The only times it works pretty okay is when you have a really powerful or chunky server, and you just constantly update it and restart it. That's why, you know, there are a few communities out there for Arma Life that have servers in the triple digits. Or, actually, I've never seen a King of the Hill server be in the triple digits, but I think they exist. But it's tough with the server complexities there. So we actually are having Indigo, Fox, and Dingo jump up to talk with Martin now. And I think with this amount of delays, there's only going to be 2 rounds. So we'll just have to see how things go. Otherwise, just in another lull here, how is everyone doing? Please give Bart a shout out, his brother Biggie Higgies, please. I don't think Bart's gonna be able to hear me, but let me... Oh, there we go. Let me, here, I will copy your line of text, and I will scroll down. I will poke Bart with it. So I just gotta find him now. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself.
You know, mass kicking, whatever.
Yeah, I saw that there was some significant technical issues.
What? Mass kicking? No, guys, it's features. It's just features. Don't worry about it. It just works.
It's a feature that I don't appreciate, because I'm trying to get in the server, and it's not liking me. And I swear to God, if one of the people up top takes it as part of Centaur, I'm going to bust a gasket.
You are connecting to the server right now, so...
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to let it go for 20 minutes. the thing is that this sort of stuff has started happening a lot ever since the latest armor patch. And it's an unfortunate reality that we have to deal with now. It hasn't been that bad for me, and which is kind of a double-edged sword, I guess. But still, yeah, it is frustrating. And
I will say though, out of the past few weeks of FNF, there haven't been any significant issues. We've all been fine. It's just I think today is just one of those days where the bandwidth of the server just decides to throw up a fuss, and there's not much we can do about it, so.
It's an intermittent problem. The netcode doesn't make it any better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 20 years old netcode, so.
Yeah, it's approaching its useful age, basically. ARMA is one of those games where updates just happen to break damn near everything.
Yep.
I'm just listening to the relaxing waves, but Liru, I mean, if you want to... Are you in the server, or are you still trying to connect as well?
I am in the server, and I am looking at all these wonderful CSAT people being converted to Russians, and I have so many questions for God. What does LRAS stand for? That's a great question. You see, I have no idea. All I know is it means it's the camera thing that is tied to the 50 cal on the right. I don't know if this is like a thermal camera thing or just a giant spotlight. I would assume it's a thermal camera, but...
I think it is a thermal. That is an infrared...
an infrared?
System. So basically it's a reconnaissance vehicle. I think IR is disabled at FNF, so it's not going to be much use, but...
It's just there to be there. Yeah. So, for scouting, but in a map like Sassari, where it's just thick forest that is a little hilly, where it's really hard to see ahead, plus of all this really thick fog here, not really going to be that much of a use unless they get it on the hill and just get lucky watching Op4 come up. But otherwise... Let's look at these AOs first before we look at the infantry kits, because we still have everyone connecting. I'm gonna really quick. Sorry, I am a little intoxicated, but looking at Blue 4 here, I don't see any desync issues, which is good. And as long as that can be prevented, I think we'll still be able to have a playable op, because it'll just turn up safe start to allow everyone to gradually trickle in here. But otherwise, AO number 2 for Sector 2 is pretty nice. It is a custom built area here with a nice battle tower. Outside to the south of the sector is a radar dome, but just within the sector here are two nice little military, what are they called? Cargo houses, that's it. So they can always hide someone in there, because with sectors, you got to remember, as long as there is a Blue 4 guy alive, or actually no, just alive, if he is killed or knocked unconscious, then Op4 is able to take the sector. But as long as one guy is alive, he can pretty much camp anywhere. And I'm trying to look if there's enough room to potentially hide a guy under the cargo houses. And there is, on the eastern side, a little bit of room that he could crawl under and potentially hide. Now, it is a little cheesy, but I've seen worse in PvP for, well, not Friday Night Fights, but in general. And there's another little slot on the western side of the westernmost house that can also be utilized. But otherwise, I'd assume this tower can be destroyed as well. And these, well, it's a good perimeter wall with the sandbags. But on a hill, you know, we've got to fortify that a bit more, make some more defensive lines. But I could see that being pretty good. Severe, are you on the server?
Not currently. I'm basically following the situation throughout a bunch of streams because I can't connect.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still in the same boat.
Gotcha. All right, just making sure, because I would bounce it to one of you for something else, but I'll carry the conversation. So
well, I will say I'm watching through your stream, and it seems like you're standard Russia versus U.S. forces, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be boring. Sursari is a very, because it's, you know, kind of a narrow island, you don't have a ton of flanking routes, so it's nice in that regard. And the sense of like action, there's still enough room for movement, but it's going to be very direct, whatever happens.
Yeah, I will say Op4 can easily come up from the north. There's a little bit of terrain that allows them to get right on top of this AO. As long as they're picking off units from the battle tower with their marksmen. They can also come along the western side and then get right on top of this AO. Or if they want to do something with a little longer engagements, they can focus on the east. However, I think their best bet would be to potentially come up from the western side, pick apart what they can from the hill, which is a bit of a danger zone for them before they get up to this nice rock wall here. But I'd imagine Blue 4 would probably have some forces fortifying this wall to prevent a charge from that side. But in case Blue 4 doesn't, getting right up to that wall, taking it CQC, popping grenades, and then utilizing BTR 80s from afar, because if you look way north, you can actually see some nice spots the BTRs can pull up and engage the battle tower, and the base of the battle tower, while still being in some pretty good secured positions. Infantry can come up and clear everything out on that sector. But I'll be curious to see what Bassbeard's game plan is for Op4 in that AO. Now, let's look at AO number 2 here. This is the one where Blue 4 spawns in. But we basically have 2 blown-out buildings from Livonia and not much else. A little bit of a rock wall perimeter to the north and to the northwest. It is a little bit on what would this be? A plateau, technically. But it does peter out from the southwest to southeast. So Op4, again, they can sneak up from it on it from the south, or they can just try direct assault, utilizing the thick trees to try to get close to this position, but that would be a little risky. It's just a really nice plateau in the sense that the buildings do greatly overwatch the northern approaches. So I think a flank around from the south would be the best call, but admittedly, we're spoiled because we see everything from a bird's eye view. We can zoom in and see everything, but honestly, from the map's perspective, it's really hard to tell the terrain. You can kind of see it with some of the markings here to detect that to the north there is a little bit of a slope downward, but it is not as big as you think you'd be able to see it compared to looking at it from the Zeus interface. So, I don't know. I think Op4 is just going to go for Sector 2 first, then stampede over to Sector 1, and Blue 4 just needs to do their best either, I would say, all eggs in one basket on Sector 2, or maybe a minimal garrison on Sector 1, while utilizing those M2 Humvees to try to flank around and eliminate Op4. In terms of convoys coming in with trucks or the BTR-80s, get some early snipes on that, but Blue 4 is in a little bit of a pickle defense-wise here, because yes, they've got some good positions, but Op4 also has a lot of maneuvering room to get on top of these positions. And yes, there is a single marksman on both sides within a group called X-Ray. So you got that right here for Blue 4. They're already on a quad bike, or at least one of them is coming up, but the marksman isn't on either of those guys. Again, Azurai here, Lone Survivor, is Blue 4 command, and Op4 is going to be Bassbeard as the command. Yep. I don't know who his marksman is. It's not sequential, so the objectives can be taken in any order. I believe Fred is the marksman for Op4. Yep, he's got the SVD. Looking up at aim at the stars. That's what his new name is with the censored word. I love that
so much.
Well, that makes sense because you got the asterisk to indicate stars, but rest in peace, aim at the balls. Hello, aim at the stars. But
I'm excited to see what Bassbeard does.
I am in assaulting this AO, but I will also be curious to see how Azariah defends the AO. Because I will say, Azurai, he is a member of TSB. He is one of our T4s, so he is one of our best players in that community. And he has had years of not only ground commanding, but being on the squad level and knowing some of these AOs inside and out. But I will say he's never been on this map before in TSB, so he doesn't have any experience commanding there, but he has a lot of leadership experience, especially for defensive AOs. Against very malicious Zeus's like myself, so I think he's going to be very quick on his feet to adapt to what Bassbeard can throw at him. And Bassbeard, he's no rookie either. He has done a lot of commanding jobs. He organizes a once-a-month massive multi-community Zeus op now, and he usually tries to stick in the ground command or even the Zeus role for that, so he will know how to attack this AO, and I think Azurai will know how to defend it. So I think we're in for a treat here for this first round.
I think it's going to come down to how Blue 4 decides to defend those sectors, in the sense that if they go for a very centralized approach, they're concentrating all their combat power into a very small area and hoping that Op4 makes the choice to attack that particular point. It looks like they are leaving some guys down at the southern area, so if they're splitting their strength, it's going to come down to what Base Spear decides to do with his armored vehicles. If you'll notice, Op4 has a lot of these vehicles that withstand gunfire very well, and using the roads for maneuvering forces with those vehicles will allow Op4 to get to those areas very quickly, and if their attack is violent enough, it could potentially overwhelm a lightly defended sector very quickly. The big thing is that to note is that the roads actually connect to the southern sector as well. So if Base Spear decides that that hill up there is not so great for him to take, he can just drive past the Blue 4 defense. Because if you'll notice right now, it's safe start. The Blue 4 guys are all in their little blue box.
Yep.
The road that connects to the southern sector is so far completely unobserved. And if it remains that way during the rest of the game, what could happen is that Sector 1 in the south comes under attack from a motorized force.
Yep.
And because those vehicles withstand gunfire, they can actually drive through the Blue 4 defense quite effectively and dismount directly under the point.
I think with what I'm seeing so far in the troop movement is Azurai is going for an all eggs in one basket approach to defense, putting almost all of his forces on the northern sector here at number 2, while he's leaving a light defensive force over at sector 1. Whether or not this is people spawning in or actually staying here, though, is anyone's guess. But again, I wouldn't be surprised seeing an all eggs in one basket approach here, because this hill, as long as they add a little bit of fortifications, which you actually see them doing, on the western approach, which I was calling out as probably one of the best ways Op4 could come up and hit this AO, getting close enough, these added defensive lines are going to do Blue 4 a lot of good here. But the one issue with it, though, is more often than not in Friday Night Fights, the attacking force usually wins the first firefight, because they have the numbers advantage, they're able to overpower everything. They will break through. And the only times they don't break through is when the defending force has some sort of large flanking group, which we normally see with Scandi Recon, come around and start hitting the force on the side, which forces that group to go for a different objective and come back to it last. I don't see the flanking force being prepped, but Az could still have them on reserve right now, just using them to add into this defensive line. But we'll have to see how it goes. Maybe they're being held in reserve on the first sector to the south. I do see T5 Bay here. He is with some of his own guys and some TSB members, so we'll have to see how that goes.
By the way, Liru, I'm in the server finally.
Nice. Severe, you on the server yet?
I was going to hit escape and change profile, but then when I did that, it pushed me into the role selection screen, so I'm not going to question it.
Nice.
It says it's full for me, so I'm still hanging around outside. I may be able to connect for the second round. We'll see.
Righto.
And by the way, Liru, I'm going to be on the ground for the third round with Scandi.
All right, good luck.
Since you did your round last week, I'll do a round this week.
That sounds good, man. Good luck.
Thank you. But yeah, like you were saying with that stuff on the western approach to Sector 2, I like where they set up this bunker. I just wish that they had chosen the other bunker. We've seen it before where, they've chosen the 2 entrance bunker for some reason, but the 1 entrance one I believe would have been a much better choice in being able to get a more 180 or even wider field of view and field of protection on this approach. But the terrain does lend itself beautifully to the defenders' entrenchments here.
I see what you mean. I think they it's either a mistake on their end, which is more likely, or they might be trying to bait Op4 into going through that doorway, because you get this nice grouping of open field right here, and there's so many eyes from various fortifications they've built or from the AO that can watch it. So we don't really talk about it that much, actually, but there is a little bit of a mental game in these AOs, and you've been on the ground like a long time ago, and I was on the ground last week, but there is actually like a little bit to think about in that regard, because I remember when I was on the ground last week, I watched a lot of my teammates walk into ambushes. that were very cleverly placed by the defending faction. So it's games like these that the defending faction can set up, which can catch a few additional bad guys out of position. And if they eliminate them, that's slowly getting rid of the attacking faction's number advantage. And if the defending faction can make it even or better still, get the numbers advantage, that's going to greatly increase their chances of winning, especially in the opening moments of first contact. So we'll have to see how that all goes. Can you revive? Yes.
Kind of a calculated risk.
Only if they're down,
part of Blue 4.
Yeah.
Eggs in one basket thing, because if all of their troops are in close defense and none are pushed up to the roadways, we'll see after safe start. Obviously right now they can't leave that box, but if they end up staying here in this type of scheme, they're giving up a lot of opportunities for conducting active defense, and active defense and maneuver is what wins in these types of fights.
Yeah,
absolutely. Having that maybe as a launch that out with Scandi Recon or some other team. 4IB is what seemed to be building and holding this northwestern sector, and we've mentioned them a number of times before, but they are, I'd say, near the caliber of Scandi Recon as far as like they are professional, they know what they're doing, as you can tell by like how well they've built this little H barrier enclosure or whatever the hell you want to call it. But I have faith in this group up here on the northwest. You see Az talking to Schmidt right now, who's leading 4IB.
What?
But I definitely agree with you that they're going to need some kind of active force, and it looks like Infidel, maybe Dusty, Sam C, and Thorup might be doing something as well. They've already, wow, look at Infidel's position. They've somehow fucked...
Yeah, the quad bike is dancing. Desync dancing.
That is concerning.
That is probably one of those assets that needs to be deleted.
Maybe. It's a vanilla asset, so no mod would be causing that, but...
The only thing I can think of is someone had a weird internet connection, crashed into this, and or was on it, and their internet connection stayed with the asset. Which sounds really weird, but I've seen this before, like a long time ago. Yeah, like that's the only thing I can think of, because I remember Andruza and TSB, sometimes when he would leave a car because of his South African internet, the car would just start doing really weird desync stuff. That's what my mind jumps to.
Internet.
Yeah, so I don't fucking know.
It's moving in a perfect circle.
It is.
I know, right?
Welcome to Arma 3.
It's constant, but it's jumping, and Sal might get eaten here if he's not careful.
What is this?
He's walking away. That is wild. Okay.
I would strongly recommend people stay away from this SCP.
Definitely. So I mean, by
done with that up yesterday, damn it.
I'm gonna take this seriously though. By putting an SCP to the northern part of Blue 4's defense, you got to consider they actually haven't set up that many defenses to their northeast. So by making this into like a landmine per se, if Op4 thinks that this is like fascinating or strange, again, back to the mental games of Friday Night Fights, they could go up
this is
and
a perfect explanation.
Exactly, because Op4 could walk up wondering what this is all about, and then the Vic teleports into them and just kills them instantly, because that's how Arma works, you know, wink wink. But, you know, again, free kills for Blue 4 would be absolutely great for Blue 4's side here. It's, again, get the numbers advantage and just win the round.
So are we confirming now that Blue 4 is the Global Occult Coalition and Red 4 is the SCP Foundation?
I think that would be a safe bet. Definitely.
And bring an SCP onto their side as another form of static defense to guard, like you said, this northern side.
You know, so the quad bikes, they were officially in the defensive roster, so I think Op4, they were slightly tipped off about this play, but I don't think they're going to be able to predict this one, because it's really rare to see an SCP defense play in Friday Night Fights, but when they happen, they have...
When these people are experienced. 4IBs,
definitely.
These people
Yeah.
know what they're doing with the engine, with the game itself.
Mm-hmm. And it's really great when you see them make advanced manipulation plays like this. It creates a pseudo minefield that will absolutely mindfuck Op4 when they come up and see this. And that delay of them processing... when they come up and see this, they will think an extra half second to wonder what the hell is going on with that asset. Just enough time for someone like Nemesis to shoot them in the face with his machine gun. Though Nemesis is only taking a rifle today, so he's going to be a lot more precision-based, which means he'll be aiming for the head with that gun and easily rack up at least a dozen kills.
Yeah, you know the Old Man DLC? That was actually modeled after Nemesis's performance in FNF.
Wow, that's probably not true, but I'll believe you.
Hey, don't call Nemesis an old man.
You're right, but we can talk about his lust for Yanni's mom. I think the mission just started.
Yes, it did. They added.
I could be wrong
on the clock for safe start because of the server issues, but yes,
yes, this can be destroyed.
Safe start.
And chat, Shade Shadow, thanks for a 28-month resub.
And we're actually seeing a lot
join the
of
ups.
active
Hope
defense
get kicked out of this.
going on almost like a star pattern to the north, to the northwest, to the southwest, and to the east, and a little bit to the northeast as well. So they are doing that and keeping a small home guard of sorts, but they are.
Take a look. See those armored vehicles?
For Red 4?
Yeah, the BTRs almost just crashed into each other, but they're fully loaded with dudes right now. I don't see Blue 4 taking their Humvees to be sporadic. They've got them on the MSR to the right of Sector 2. I think keeping them in reserve to potentially flank in the rear. But with Blue 4 sending all these forces out, that does open the opportunity for Blue 4 to outflank Op 4's attack, which more often than not does force the attacking faction back, which is going to be great for an all eggs in one basket approach. So I would be willing to say, yep.
I do want to mention the route that the BTRs are going. If they continue on that southeast MSR, they will run right into Owen and Quickie, an auto rifleman and an AT. Quickie only has an M72, so he can only take out one of those BTRs. But yeah, the saw on
gonna be a tough range.
Quickie's possession could shred an entire squad riding on the back of them. And here they are coming down now. They should be able to hear them soon.
I am watching through Quickie's eyes here. BTRs are starting to dismount, but they're behind some trees. But he is looking right into the infantry here. I'm not sure if he spots them or not.
All the infantry is dismounting. They're doing some good security, not just lazing about.
And you turn away at the worst possible time.
That's good to see.
So Quickie's now sprinting down, but he turned away at the worst possible time as the group was dismounted. He's now talking with his other dude. And still looking away, but now he's running down a little bit more. I'm trying to see if he'll get the spot on this Op 4 dismount.
They should be able
They do now hear the BTRs, though.
They absolutely do, and they are adjusting, maybe. Also, it says Owen is an auto rifleman, but he just has an M4. That's weird.
I think he switched out his gun with someone else. Quickie is taking out his Law. He hasn't prepped the Law yet. Here's the prep on the Law. He's going to go for an early BTR snipe. This is going to be risky, though, because of all that infantry. He's going to wait behind a bush here. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Oh, he's peeking out, trying to get that shot from here.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna have quite the angle. He just needs
he didn't have it on the road right there, so he's actually pulling back a little bit, trying to get into cover, thinking maybe there's an infantry screen coming up with this. But we also have Lord Lust looking around. Op 4 X-Ray is just below that hill, but Blue 4 has a lot of room here to send forces out. Now, what's really curious is Op 4 has a lot of their force in reserve. I want to say at least a third of it on the beach. I'll be curious to see what they do with that later, but knowing Bassbeard, he's probably going to try to send them to Sector 1 when the Sector 2 attack hits to do a pincer attack, and then because there's no defenders on Blue 4's side for Sector 1, they'll end up becoming a flanking force to hit from the south. So that's a really clever play, but now we're having infantry coming up to Quickly's position. And I think Quickly spotted them as immediately running away because he was within like 20 meters of, not even 10 meters of Op 4. And Op 4 are guns up.
Yeah, they don't really have a safe manner of getting away. Red 4's gonna crest this hill, and Daniel might be the first to spot them here.
Yep, I'm watching Paladin's POV right now.
Daniel, I believe, did spot them. He's looking at where he last saw them as they disappeared behind the foliage in those bushes. So now they've come back up to this 4IB squad up here. They're entrenching with some trenches, and they'll have a decent position. And they open fire, takes down Nordy,
Nice shot. 4IB raining out from the hill. Grenadier round coming up, insta-killing one of the 4IB guys.
Damn, yeah, must have hit him in the face or something. Damn.
Nasty fire going on. Op4 trying to pop smoke and pull back here. Both sides suffering a few casualties from this, but that was a great opening barrage from 4IB, downing quite a few guys on Op4's position. A shame that they lost a guy in the opening barrage, though.
Notice how they placed their position on a slight elevation. They're not on top of the hill where you would expect them to be, but they are on that trail leading up on like a platform on that hill, and they have an excellent view down to that road.
The person they killed was Manford, and he had a 203, so they need to try and pick that up and replace one of their basic M4s.
But Severe, I do agree with you. A really good positioning there gives them the high ground, no pun intended, and they can easily see all of Op4 as they try to move up to that position, and that's why Op4 quickly pulled back, realizing that there was a force on that ridge.
Yeah, this attack here, this initial infantry push by Op4 is a failure.
Yes.
And speaking of failures, Dryden is blue on bluing Scandi Recon.
Yep, Dryden and Gorski are firing right into Blue 4. They just knocked Deander out. Bart quickly trying to pop some smoke grenades. They are unaware of where they're being shot at here. And that is a big failure on Blue 4's end.
Now Galil is opening up on them with the M2.
That is not good for Blue 4.
Unfortunate.
Friendly fire is anything but.
And now we're seeing Op4 moving that beach offensive over, and it looks like they are coming to the south to try to attack the western side of Sector 1. So we will see that flank come around, and I would suspect we'll see Sector 1 taken in about 10 to 15 minutes.
I believe Az has spotted Dryden's mistake and is reprimanding him as he is observing his direction of fire.
Yeah, I can see that. He's there with binos right now, yelling at Dryden to hold.
And yeah, this big fight coming on the west side. Surprisingly, yeah, Red Fort, they haven't moved too much from
Maz is out of action.
They pulled back from where they were attacking on the hillside to their BTRs, and just kind of firing up into the woods from there. But they need to maneuver, or at the very... Well, actually, now they say that, strike force that was on the western beach, they're now moving to the south, trying to either go for Sector 1 or do a flank on Sector 2. We'll see. But it has definitely drawn the attention of most of this Blue 4 defending force.
I will say Blue 4 has done a really good job of making an additional battle line outside of the sector itself, keeping Op4 in this valley here, preventing them from moving. The only relief Op4 is going to get at this point is if they somehow get a few lucky headshots to make Blue 4 push back to the sector, or when Op4's force comes around and takes the southern sector at Sector 1 and then starts putting pressure from the south to make Blue 4 separate their forces.
That, I think, is the only choice that Op4 has right here. The other one is that they remount into those BTRs and vehicles and begin maneuvering. If they move straight down south, down that road, those guys up on the hill, they can't do anything about it.
So by the way, X-Ray for Op4 is down to 2 people because Scandi Recon and other forces have started engaging them. We also see 2 Blue 4 guys, 4IB coming up to potentially catch this X-Ray group out of position here. But a little bit of that outflank going on from Blue 4's force to try to catch Op4 groups and cut them off and eliminate them to gain some free kills. Yep.
Looks like that main force, they're loading back up into their BTRs, so they're either going to pull back and attack from a different direction, or possibly push forward down south. I guess we'll have to see, but...
I do agree with that decision, though, because they're pretty much stuck right there. Blue 4 has really good defensive lines. What they need to do is, I would say, keep a force there to just fire back at them to distract them from the southern attack coming. But I think they're going to push north and potentially try to come from the northeast instead to test another flank.
Red 4 X-Ray. Sorry. We do have Hasinger now south of Scandi Recon crawling up a side of a hill.
Yep, he does have an LR as well. He could try to flank around, but Scandi Recon, I'm going to be honest, they are they are one of the most feared groups in Friday Night Fights. They pull really good security. It's really hard to catch them off guard, and they're just a force to be reckoned with. So really hard to get the drop on them, but Hassinger is a good player in his own right. I think he would be the type to get it done, but we already see Scandi Recon pulling away to assault on a different flank, and Hassinger, again, doesn't have eyes on, so he's going to continue to be stealthy here.
Bike, so he knows that someone is here.
But you already see him.
Just 10 seconds too late. He would have seen him otherwise.
There's a reason.
Timing.
There's a reason why.
Isn't there?
Actually, it's a rock. And some fallen trees. No one in Scandi Recon or its affiliate groups died in this area. You do see some bandages from when Leander got tapped, but they brought him back. But again, there is a reason why.
You can't teach that. You can't teach that kind of timing. And
well, it's not even teaching. It's just luck. And now you have Galil firing at friendly forces again, because reasons.
It's Neil and Hudson now who are AT, which they need desperately. I don't know what he's doing. He's not looking.
Well, you got to admit, like,
Moxie
Galil's on iron sights right now. It's really hard to see up ahead. That's where, they had hostile forces previously. It's just 2 4IB guys trying to flank around. What I'm really curious to see is if Scandi Recon predicts the outflank that OpFor is trying to do, will they set up an ambush? I think they're just pulling back instead to be on this flank. And there's the pop-up.
There's a lot of Finns in Scandi Recon, and it's a safe bet that at least those guys understand that if a motorized force is moving from a road and it suddenly disappears, it's going somewhere else and trying to find a way around you.
Definitely.
There is definitely that sisu from that is ingrained in every Finn. So when they hear the words "Compagnia Saheritus," they know shit's going down.
You're triggering some sort of like latent PTSD in me when you say that.
You can blame Yanni. He taught me what that phrase means. You can blame Yanni for that shit.
So OpFor, we're just double tapping a body on X-Ray's position, just making sure he's dead. So someone did potentially die in that friendly fire, or they were killed in the firefight with X-Ray's forces, but they are checking his body to see what's going on. It is important to note that Rolo did loot the marksman rifle from Fred, though, so OpFor still has their long-range engagements, but now they are being engaged from the defensive garrison. Hassinger under fire. He gets hit and is trying to hide behind a tree stump here to try to figure out what hit him. And they're also firing at Rolo as well.
There is a dead U.S. guy right next to Hassinger. I don't know who he's from.
So Scandi Recon is actually pulling back to take the southern defense line from OpFor forces that have come from the south, and we also do see that Blue4 is still proactively keeping their forces on the northwest flank, but they have sent 3 4IB guys up to check to see if OpFor is still here, which they are not. So Azariah is going to get this information, and he might pull some of his western defense lines into other positions, but his hand will be forced very soon when OpFor finishes this dismount and re-attack from a new sector from, I would assume, directly north, maybe slight northeast. But this is what I was excited about between Azariah and Bassbeard, because again, you got 2 really well-seasoned commanders from both PvE and PvP, and they're going to use their knowledge to give it their best shot here to try to win this fight.
No, I'm getting in my chat some questions about why didn't they garrison that the first sector, the southern one, with even just a small garrison force. With the amount of Redford that went down there, it probably wouldn't have been a worthwhile investment. They would have been killed, and you can't accurately predict how many that small force would have killed. And if it was Scandi or 4IB, that would have just been a waste. So I completely agree with them kind of doing this all eggs in one basket in a much better defensible position.
I do agree with that. Normally, when you have things like terminals, which the area is very condensed, you know where OpFor has to be, or the attacking faction, excuse me, to activate the terminal to get the prompt, so you know when to det your charge. Sectors, it's a bit tougher because it's just a giant area, so you don't know if they're going to come from the northern side, the southern side, east, west, so it's really hard to gauge where to put your explosive trap on. So you really don't see any garrisons on AOs that the defending faction doesn't want to defend at all, because there's just no way that they can push it to their advantage, especially with something like explosive traps, which you rarely see in FNF, but when you do see them, they have a 50-50 of either being completely inappropriate or extremely effective. And as I say that, we've got T5 Bay's little team here engaging some OPFOR forces coming up. They actually managed to kill somebody next to Tom right there. So a good pick off from that group already. Again, Blue 4 on the high ground here, so they're able to overwatch a lot of this area as OPFOR is coming up. And
getting some accurate fire from under that tree. Just that's dirty, but that's great shooting.
That's a good spot to be in, definitely. But I will be curious to see how this northern group comes in to alleviate some of the south, because you already see forces on the far northwest flank for Blue 4 starting to fold in to take defensive lines for the south.
Ola Holton, gunner for Johansson in that 50 cal Humvee, just got sniped. One bullet took them down.
Nice.
And now Johansson's pulling back in and trying to find a replacement. We do also have on the east-northeastern side another force coming in. That X-ray group for OPFOR has been spotted and are taking some heavy suppressing fire, but these BTRs with about 30 people in them are now pulling up on this eastern MSR from Sector 2. So they're going right into Gorskowski and 1RW as well.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Charlie for OPFOR put an RPG in one of the M2 Humvees here. It is now smoking. I don't see anyone dead in it yet, though. But they are attacking from the southwestern corner. OPFOR is going to go for a 3-pronged attack here. And those BTRs are going to come in the best opportune time, because now you got Blue 4 with this Echo group trying to flank the southern group here, but they're going to start hearing those BTRs coming up, and those BTRs are going to dismount a good chunk of force to come in and put pressure on Blue 4 from 3 different directions. I think that's going to stretch Blue 4 too thin here, and you already have those BTRs now firing on the tower, making sure it is cleared out so this main force can come up. So Blue 4 is in a bit of a pickle right now.
I agree, but this is a decent-sized force for a 3-pronged attack from Red 4. I'm concerned mainly for OPFOR on this eastern attack, because, like we mentioned, it is that open terrain that's some hills, some cover, some concealment, but not a lot compared to the western and southern approaches. So if Blue 4 is able to react,
and they're being rushed over.
Sandy and 4AB primarily on this southern side, if they're able to pull back and start getting some fire on the northeastern attack, especially taking out those 2 BTRs, that could shut down this whole flank for Red 4.
The tactical error that Blue 4 I think has made here is that they've repositioned all the guys that they had on the initial contact all the way over to the other side of their little base. And what's happening now is because they gave up all that ground, you've got OPFOR on 3 different sides pushing in, and they can quite effectively shoot into that little hilltop without having to worry too much about, getting flanked.
Johansson's pulled back into base with his Humvee, taking a bunch of fire, but that armored Humvee is up to the task. Galil looks like he's going to hop in the gunner seat now.
So real quick, on the western attack by OPFOR's Charlie team, they are being engaged by some 4IB guys that try to come around, but 2 out of those 3 4IB guys are already dead, but they got a few licks in here, getting some kills and knockouts on Shima, for example. But Blue 4 has a lot of forces here to kind of stop that weapons team from coming in. The real fear, though, is this massive concave you're starting to see coming from the east and north of the sector itself. You're starting to see people getting picked off from those BTR 80s from range. Eander, who I believe is the Matt team gunner, is doing his best to try to find an angle, but it's just too far of a range here, and there's too many roving hills for him to get any good shots. So I think OPFOR's main attack is going to keep pushing from this flank here, and Blue 4, while they do have a good defensive line here, I think they're going to get a little overpowered here unless they push some of their Blue 4 guys that are defending on the southwestern flank to come up and join the central garrison.
Notice that the BTRs are being used in a doctrine-true fashion, which is that the infantry is in front of the BTRs and the BTRs are overhead. Usually what we see at FNF is doctrine radical, which means the BTR is used for whatever purpose that people see fit.
More often than not, though, that usually results in the BTR getting screwed, but here, Basspear's done a really good job of having his BTRs parked in the spot, to deny Blue Force some of their overwatch positions to allow his infantry to continue to push up here on this, what is this, the northeastern flank. We also see a lot of smokes being popped by one of those groups, but they are taking some heavy suppressive fire here, so they're not able to move. Those BTRs need to continue to fire on that battle tower to pin those guys on higher elevations to allow Op Force forces to move up. But we do have Indigo Fox pushing up solo right now, and he actually just got someone picked off in one of the bunkers. Great shot there.
Yeah, next to Dryden, that was...
Wasn't him, though. Someone else.
I thought... wasn't in the bunker, but I think I saw the arrow go
yeah, it might have been the 50 cal Humvee, but someone definitely got flicked off there.
Yeah, it was, because I think that must have been Galil then.
Using the micro-terrain, like what the Indigo Fox is doing right now, is fairly a good way to get across that field there. But I feel like Opor has kind of done themselves a disservice right now, because the element that was initially on the south side has now moved to the east side. Instead of being attacked from 3 sides, now they're only attacking from 2, one of which is covered by an open field that the infantry cannot ready to cross.
Hold up, Vaunt now charging up for Op4, completely bypassing Blue 4's lines. There's a hole in the fence. He just picked off 2 people. Iron now pulling back. He's going to get shot in the back of the head, though. He is also down. Blue 4 still has no idea.
No one has turned around.
No one's noticed.
It's gone down.
Blue 4 is now pushing back from this position. Iota getting picked off from Fonk as well. Again, he is one of the toughest players.
Anyone else? Someone finally spotted Vong. He goes down from either Cooper or Rod. Bunch of
I think that was Gazag based off of the tracers, but he just made Blue 4 completely push off of that line as well as hit a lot of dudes on that defensive line, allowing for the Bravo squad to push up, but they are still heavily pinned from defensive forces outbound. So those BTRs really need to step up and give me some assisted suppressive fire on this AO.
This is the perfect opportunity for those BTRs to really press the envelope on this, pushing it through that eastern side and giving both the Red 4 Bravo and Red 4 Echo that breathing room to get out of there. As I say that, though, AT goes out and I think actually hit the gas.
It hit the gas, yeah, not the BTRs, though. So unlucky there for Blue 4.
Yeah, lucky for the BTRs, because that would have definitely taken out. Second one goes out.
That is AT from Op4, which just went over. Another AT shot goes out, though, by a different guy hitting the tower itself. Looking at the map here, Blue 4 and Op4 have a similar amount of skulls, so Op4 is still going to have that numbers advantage. But Blue 4 is down to the internal perimeters here. As I say that, we have, who is this over here? Falcon is pushed up and trades with Flux in 3 shots a person.
By Red 4 X-Ray, Hasinger and Rolo almost getting taken or hit by it, but it's just far enough away and just enough in cover to where it's ineffective.
Real quick though, you got Alpha 1 for Op4 pushing up. They've hit a few sentries on the outer perimeter. Some flares going out as well. Grenades going out as well there. And they're going to be able to get right on top of this perimeter and eventually, essentially outflank some of the Blue 4 guys.
Reaper, though, he's on this rock. He's going to be able to spray these guys down if he were to notice.
And he gets taken out by Lusod.
He was looking that way. I think he might have heard the voices, but he wasn't pressing it. Smith saw him go down, though, so he's trying to get revenge. But he gets crippled pretty quickly. They need to react.
Lusod now pushing.
Kobe
immediately kills him and goes prone to do a quick reload, but he gets tapped, I think, by Owen right there, as Mike now pushes the flank and is engaging Owen, knocks him out there.
Jeez. This is a very effective push from Alpha 1 on the southern side.
Yeah, and then you have Bassbeard on the rear here, actually suppressing into some of Blue 4 here so they can't watch this angle effectively, but now you have Mapnura coming around. He might spot aim at the ball, definitely notices Owen's down, and now gets in a firefight with Buckets. Buckets also being flanked by, I think, Nelson on the battle tower. RPG coming in from Charlie 2 on a Blue 4 position to the northwest.
Yeah, I think it was on the bunker. They were trying to get it right inside, but they weren't quite able to get it. It's a very small target, about the size
Buckets
of the
bandaging. Now you got Bay Potato coming up with that PKM and immediately smacks somebody. Mapnura trying to challenge him. I think Bay Potato ran out of ammo there.
Nelson and Foy can need to get out of there.
Battle Tower is now showing its damage texture, so a few more rockets will take it out.
I think one, maybe two more.
Map Nora gets knocked out. Aim at the stars, quote unquote, is now firing at the northern defensive line to the northwest. And Op4 is slowly encircling this position. You got Indigo Fox crawled up to this one position. Moxbrin, though, he's in the little crate right next to him with the wall slightly open, but Indigo Fox throwing some really well-placed grenades, doing some damage, killing Dryden, actually.
Brandy needs to look out to the north. He needs to see this group before they get close to this entrance, because it is made for this group from Redford that are trying to push around here.
And Indigo Fox gets a second grenade kill on Brandy. And double taps the other guy just to be safe, but now he's getting taken shots from Gazag. He is crippled and taken out by Gazag there. Well, meanwhile, Blue 4's southern attack has been pretty much nullified.
Redford, but yes, Banks is now holding one. Holding
My bad.
There. I think he was the one who took down the Lasada buckets, so he's now sending grenades over southwest towards Redford Charlie. And here we go on that northern side. They are pushing up to the to this barricade, trying to find a way in. Dust Eye is not aware of where this fire is coming from.
Yep, taking some shots from Jonathan.
He almost pays for it with his life. Emzikov, Benda, and Broken, they push over this rock. They're going to be able to take down Eyes Blue quickly.
Brendan getting knocked out. Yep. Blue 4, I feel like, could weather this storm because Op4 is running out of manpower. And it's just from fighting all these different flanks and Blue 4 having a really good 360 here.
And Blue 4's in a big...
Still could go either direction.
I'm pretty sure Iander's Maz was left behind in that trench line to the east. I'm trying to look for his body.
This guy's getting a good kill right there. Aim at the balls, taking out that guy.
They did him. That's a big AT asset.
Jonathan getting knocked out as well.
Be able to utilize.
Now that the fight is in the wire, so to speak, so the enemy is within 5 to 10 meters, that it has changed the dynamic. So now it's a question of independent Blue 4 squads in their own independent positions being able to deflect the attacks from
Amethyst Star's getting another kill.
Into the perimeter. And because Op4's organization has fallen apart, it's a bunch of small groups of improvised assault teams, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Op4 cleans up these two guys, Hassinger and Amethyst Stars.
Actually taking this northern sector so they have a way in. Tackleberry and Moxie are going to be the only ones holding them from pushing in further. And Tackle needs to get on the other side of these trenches. They're like perfectly made for him, but he's just not using them.
So I just want to point out Hassinger and Amethyst Balls did a really good job clearing out the remaining Blue 4. Wow.
Going down from Tackleberry's grenade. That was amazing. Yeeted that shit. Oh my god, that was great. Sorry, I kind of interrupted you, but that was worth interrupting for.
No, you good. I've noticed grenades have been doing a lot more damage. I think that's just luck of the draw, but...
They did say that they upped it by another 50%.
Nice.
So yeah.
Skip now trying to run into the sector, almost taken out by the T5 group. I don't know. I think Op4 just has a really nasty numbers advantage here, and I'm not sure Blue 4 is going to be able to bounce back. Azariah just picked off and killed.
Yeah, I feel like the decision to pull the defense in so early and reducing the amount of stuff that they had going on outside the perimeter really helped Op4 with their assault here.
They're pushing in hard on the west. Big envelope coming on the western side, and I think this might be it for Blue 4. Like you said, they've been able to reorganize a bit. Nim goes down.
Box taking out a kill. Nice.
Guy Fieri coming around the side. Rod's medicing. Nim wakes back up. But she's not able
Kane
to...
is double tapping Nim. Yep.
Yeah, I think this is...
Copper getting suppressed by the BTR 80. And a grenade goes off in there.
Christensen's actually
taken out.
The sector, so once he goes down, assuming he goes down, especially when he gets shot in the back of the head, that's
there it is.
So, quite call it clean. It was a bit of a back and forth, but
it was back and forth in the beginning. But when Blue 4 pulled their lines too early, I think that was the nail in the coffin right there.
I don't think they pulled their lines too early. More so that they got disorganized, and like Severe mentioned, they were just able to. Red 4 was able to poke so many holes in the Blue 4 defense that they were able to really just decimate them, divide and conquer them.
All right, let's go back downstairs.
No
bastard! I just want to say I did your plan to the T. I killed the MAT and then I died instantly.
I'm proud of you, Fred.
Hey, is there
Thank you,
still
thank you.
space?
Fred, I'm sorry, man. Who was the squad that I found in the bunker? I was alive.
Cassidy,
Dude,
you
whoever
did
was-
amazing. I'm proud of you.
I know.
You
I had
teased.
like 8 kills.
The old bait and bulge.
Whoever
Yeah.
the
No,
fuck was
Baz, the
platoon
only
1
reason
command for
was-
Blue 4, why the fuck were you just standing in that fucking building like that, man?
Listen, the only reason, Bass, that we won was because of recon.
I'm sorry, I'm starting my hair, this little bitch.
Yeah, you are one.
Right, break. Calm down, you lot. That was a good round. Let's crack on straight away and get popping. 1IB, how many have you got?
Does he mean us?
Okay, 4IB, sorry.
14.
And then at least I'll tell the guys at Centaur to join.
Red Strike.
12.
Spartans.
11.
UPSC.
16.
Whoa. 1RW.
10.
RCC.
4.
Scandi.
7 plus an M.
AA.
That's.
Did we get a signed yet, Fox?
King?
AA.
Alright, I'm gonna check the multi
Hey.
real quick, see who disconnected.
5.
Okay, Tau.
About 10.
TSB.
Go back to M2 fonts.
7 at the moment.
FK.
1, but I'm going with Merriment.
Moving on Legion.
6.
Alright, Nemesis, Hadav, and Schultz
29.
disconnected.
5.
SOF. SOF, I'm guessing Causes of Fortune.
Alright, that's all the commands updated. So
Have I
chat,
got
what
those
did you
6
think about that round? I think that went pretty textbook for a round 1, but that was some good action holding a single sector.
Why not? Because we have like 19 people.
King, stop talking.
Sorry, who has 19?
King is illiterate.
You drove out the zone and TP'd
Upstairs.
back in, and that's why that quad bike was being weird? Nice.
Okay, is TK still here? Base bid?
Yep.
I'll order some pizza for this, man. I'm just craving it.
Cool, thank you.
Best beer, do you want to
Okay.
combine?
Okay, so Merryman is 10.
Jesus Christ. Mary's man.
Yeah, no, I agree. What's that? They did
Okay,
screw themselves
right,
by pulling out too early.
look. Attack, defend, blue 4. Okay. 4IB, blue 4, option for leadership.
Pause.
UPSC, op 4, option for leadership. Nope. Red Strike, op 4, option for leadership.
Oh.
1RW, op 4, option for leadership.
I think Az just panicked knowing that Op4 was now coming from the south and Op4 pulled from that position. So, again,
not a
the
hard
mind
question,
games
yes, no.
get you, man.
I'll take it.
They get you
Okay,
hard.
man. Scandi Recon, blue 4. TSB blue 4 of leadership.
Negative.
Merryman blue 4 option for leadership.
Red, would you like it?
Oh, let's go Merryman leadership. Let's go.
I'll take first platoon.
Let's get these numbers. I'm looking 50% blue 4. Okay. Spartans blue 4. Tau op 4. 29th blue 4. RCC op 4. Myrmidon Legion blue 4. Any groups still to be slotted? Coolio. Everyone gets slotted up in your slots nice and quick, and then we can get cracking on Centaur.
Question: is the mission maker here at the moment?
Maz?
I don't think so.
So I'm guessing the OH6 then that's a unarmed little bird. The AH6 is the armed.
Yeah, H,
and,
H is the A is the attack one. Yeah, this is
it says there's two UH1s in the description, but it says CH-47 pilot in the lobby, so it's a little bit confusing.
Oh, you might not change that.
So do we have Chinooks or Hueys?
Or Chinooks. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Did I say you had Chinooks? You have Hueys.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah,
that's on the mission maker's fault then.
It's like Oprah.
Well, let's get soft blue 4. Okay, right, I'm going to look through and assume anyone who's grayed out is a member of Centaur. If you're not a member of Centaur and you've already been given a slot, ignore me and just go to where it is. Let's get... How these numbers looking? Okay, we need some op 4. Bar, op 4. Buckets, op 4. Cholt, op 4. Joffelby, op 4. Indigo, blue 4. Cheese, blue 4. Hads and Hassinger, you guys are parts of groups. Rolo. Op 4. Tarn Falk.
So real quick, I just want to comment. 1 second. So I'm telling Severe about how Barb wants to go into play on the ground with Candy Recon for round 3. I want to solo shoutcast that because, you know, we get to interact and we can hear them locally by sneaking into the TFAR channel in the beginning. But yeah, I do agree with what's that's point right there, where yes, the BTRs were useless when Op4 started pushing their main attack. The only purpose of the BTRs was to suppress units in the battle tower itself. Anything past that, they'd have to have gotten closer to the AO, and that would have just exposed them to AT fire, which Blue 4 would have reacted to in kind. But the FNF command is disabled. They have asked me to do that because, again, we have a full server. So why advertise for more people when you have said full server, you know? Makes no sense. But I will say in the future, there will be a... I'm working with Bassbeard to make a large-scale Zeus op. We might see the first one in February. But it's going to be like an 80-slot server, 4-hour Zeus operation, and I will build everything with my own 2 hands to make sure that everything's good. We'll make sure everything's tested. And again, there's a lot of cool stuff to go with that, so TBA. Yes, what's that? Of course. TSB will be, you know, the first group I invite. No shit. But we'll see. Because, you know, TSB at most, we get up to 50-person ops, unless it's a public op where we sometimes get up to 60. But it hasn't been that way in a while because I changed the slot to make room for FNF way back when. But, you know, 30 to 40 players, definitely. We can take half of that room. Easy. I'll probably cap us out at 30 most, though. Lord, no problem. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's actually really touching to me that people have messaged me saying that what I do really helps them out. And I'm glad it does, because I'll be honest, I just chill and work in this little office I've made for myself day to day, just making Arma content for everyone to watch, you know? Yeah, right. What's that? It helps you kill your brain cells, but to some other people, I mean, they've told me that what I do is really important to them for helping them get through their day by day, and I'm happy to do it. So, by all means, I hope it keeps helping you. I hope you keep enjoying the content, and I just hope you keep enjoying it. That's all I can hope for. But this is just a fun little hobby that's slowly, actually, it kind of already has turned into my job at this rate, but you know, it's fun to do. Literally, I've got I'm in a back room on the second story of a house, just with a fan going, M2 fonts playing. My desk is all a mess, but I did clean up other parts of my office here because I want to set up a green screen behind me, so I've got all that space cleared out. And I've just got all the stuff from unboxings around that I do need to reorganize and whatnot, but you know, it's nice. It's nice that I know that it's all of this is helping people out. When someone can pay for a college education, it's not a hobby. That's fair. This did pretty much pay me through college, but housing around here is a little more expensive than that, so I'm trying other avenues, but we'll get there when we get there, you know? So anyway, it's going to be Fred on Blue 4 versus Pierce on Op 4. Last Friday Night Fights rounds we had on UTs was that really silly Blue 4 with NVGs versus Op 4 with no NVGs, and it was just an absolute stomp, so I hope this is a little more balanced, but we'll just have to see how things go. And then you got people in the chat down here trying to talk to y'all. College is a waste. It depends on what you go to college for, in all honesty. If you go to college to do something like cybersecurity, you're going to get hired on the spot. Everyone I know that I went through college with that did something like cybersecurity is hired and working actively right now, even through the pandemic. But I have a few friends that went through to get like liberal arts degrees. They don't have anything. So it's what you make out of it. But yes, I agree, college is a very overpriced thing in the United States, but you work with it. Had I known that this would become my livelihood, I probably wouldn't have gone to college, but it's good to have the backup. Plus, it gets the parents to stop bugging you, and it gets Bloodwing's parents' approval so I can marry her in a year. Just a pain in the butt. But everyone has their own opinion on that sort of topic. Let's unmute and have a listen.
My command as a additional. I assume Hotel is going to be put under me. Who is the pilot for Hotel 2?
My best friend Ghost.
Is someone getting into Hotel 2 pilot?
One slot open for whoever's in this channel.
Dingo?
Apparently, wait, do we have someone in the Steam Street channel that is
Dingo
New York
was in
Man?
Hotel 2.
It was Navy, he's connected, we're good.
Who's New York
Navy?
Man?
Okay, cool.
Right.
Larry,
to the slot. Yeah, that's me.
New York Man is in here.
You're fine, just whoever... so Paladin, just make sure you've got an additional set 2 command so I can talk to you lot.
Yep, I'll fix that up as soon as I get in.
I'll be right one second.
I think we still have one slot open, so Dingo, I think you can get in. No.
It's 124.
I'm seeing 124. Okay, now it is, yeah.
There's 124, don't worry. Right, Op 4, leadership, you have a minute, sort you guys out.
Right, everyone who is playing with the 1RW, can you go down to Echo? Dusty, can you go 2 platoon lead, please?
4 up, that's Echo Op 4.
So that's Holtan, Sam, Sal, Torstein, and I believe Goshevsky.
Torstein will be back in a minute.
Roger. Hopefully he moves.
Sorry about that.
Nice and quickly.
I do believe that is everything.
Right, oh Lord. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Right, is Nemesis, is everyone slotted?
From what I can see, yeah.
Fantastic. Then let's push through to ping.
Alright, so there's the push through screen.
As we're pushing through, remember, we've got the Patreon. We appreciate your support. Links will be shared up after the event as usual. Please do support us if you can. Even just $1 or £1 a month makes all the difference. And you can set a custom amount if you're feeling like doing a $5 a month or something like that. As we're still going, Nemesis, just let me know and I'll stop talking. Remember, when you have feedback for the event, give it to your CLs. They bring it to us in a meeting. We had a very successful meeting with a lot coming out the back end of it. Last Friday, the community leader meetings are every other Friday, so there will not be one in between this event, but after the next event next week, there will be. How are we? Are we in the map screen?
Yes,
yep.
we are.
Yep. Fantastic. This is not here. So Nemesis, can you improvise a briefing?
Attack, defense, sectors. Not sequential, if I remember correctly.
Okay, fantastic. Blue, for any questions? Fantastic. Op, for any questions?
Estonian monarchist front.
I'll double check. Does all 4 have any anti-air?
They shouldn't have any.
Alright, good.
They still have.
Fantastic. 4, any questions? Cool. Then without further ado, let's launch in.
Round 2 begins now. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Weewoo.
Blue 4 is
Chat. Holy shit, it's foggy.
It is a foggy map.
Jeez.
They said UH-1s. There are 2 Blackhawks unarmed, and there are 2 armed UH-1s. There they are. Okay.
Yeah, there's Blackhawks and Hueys. Which is a weird mix, but hey, I guess it works.
Oh no, the boats are doing that. They sink into the water and desync slightly. Oh, I love it.
Oh god.
Yes.
Yep, and they've all gone underwater for me. Powerful.
They're gonna run Nimia over again. Hooray.
Oh god.
And Nimia's on blue 4, which means she is gonna get run over. Hooray. Now, some advice for you for round 3. If Nimia is horny, just bonk her with the horny stick and you'll be A-okay. And then on the frigate, there's a little couch with some Xbox controllers. That's cute.
What?
What? The SOCOM birds are, they're just gonna stay inside and play video games all day. Isn't that nice?
What the fuck? Yeah, that is a well, no, it's not an Xbox, it's a fucking Z-Box.
Ah, right. I'm sorry. Z-Box.
What the fuck mod is this from? I've never seen this before.
That's vanilla.
Why would you lie to me like this?
All right, that is vanilla. Those are vanilla assets.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna choose not to believe you, no matter what you say.
All right, can you talk about Op4 right now so I can order my damn pizza? Thank you.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. So Op4, we've been launched from Arma into a game of Hearts of Iron because Op4 are the Estonian monarchist front.
That's cute.
Weird, but hey, you know, whatever. They are using looks to be the M21s, which are 5.56, almost like a Galil. So not quite the Stanags, but it is still 5.56, along with 7.62 PKMs. Trying to find their marksmen. Yeah, PKMs 5.56. And I could probably just look at their roster. And they actually do not have a marksman. I think they have 2 people in X-ray, but neither of them are a marksman. So it's just going to be 5.56 and 7.62. As for assets, they have a number of police technicals, I guess really just pickup trucks.
Arma, Jesus, what a name.
3 static M2s, a couple BRDMs, 1 with a turret, 1 without, and some other trucks for transport. But yeah, the fog is thick today. I'm talking like maybe 100 meters max for any kind of spotting. The silhouette's maybe out to 200, but But still, Jesus.
Well, so sometimes we do see them with the dynamic weather module. They do clear out some of the fog, or make the map a little brighter because it initially starts off too dark. But yeah, here I'm gonna switch out the music real quick.
Yeah, so we're having a 5.56 versus 5.56 battle. Do you want me to look at Blue 4? Or do you want to go over sectors?
Let's look over Blue 4 now. Standard U.S. military, but let's have a look.
Oh Lord, Nelson is giving everyone a haircut with that little bird. Beautiful. Scandi are trying to get into the citadel of the carrier. Naps is sitting in the corner, not wanting to go outside and play with the others. Don't entirely blame him.
So again, that SOCOM bird doesn't really have any room to bring anyone in, but I do like how they, the mission maker put the Easter egg on to add the Fallout bottle cap inside. But it does have a good recon camera, so that'll help Blue 4 plan here, though the fog is still pretty thick to break through.
Yeah, the little, it's Vault 160 little vault guy. I don't even know that vaults went up that high in number. Anyway, but yeah, SOCOM Bird's just going to be for recon with that camera pod. The two UH-60 Blackhawks, they actually don't have miniguns, so those are going to be purely for transport. The Hueys have 240s, one on each side at, I think, like 2,000 rounds apiece. So they're going to have plenty of ammo, but they are the Hueys, so they are going to be a little more vulnerable than the Blackhawks. Otherwise, yeah, 5.56 in the form of M4s for the riflemen. Marksman, Lolo has an SR-25, that's pretty standard, and I want to say I saw a 240 Bravo here and there, but otherwise it's going to be
whenever the weapon seems.
Saws. Yep. So, kind of a bit of a mirror match. Off4 has a bit of an advantage with their squad level machine guns being the 7.62x54R PKMs.
Yep.
But Blue 4 obviously has the advantage in their transport, that being 4 fucking helicopters. 5 if you count the little bird, but they have the ability, especially that since Off4 doesn't have any dedicated anti-air asset or weaponry, they can land pretty much anywhere that they want to without too much risk. Obviously, they want to avoid the areas around the sectors themselves, but they could land way down to the southeast at Strelka and just kind of hoof it from there if they wanted to.
So let's have a look at these sectors. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 being just a simple lighthouse area. It does have a Jeep kind of covered on the end of the road there, but this building is fully enterable, and they actually made a custom interior for it, so that's kind of nice, but it gives the defending faction a little bit of room to fortify in this area. Also, I'm being poked that we need to go look at Blue 4 spawn right now, because they have made the Scandi Recon Tower of up to 5 people, and they're about to make it 6.
Shit!
They have made it 6 people. God fucking damn it.
G-Legs, the pilot, is the star on top of the Christmas tree of Scandi.
Let's see if they get to 7.
Well, Falcon, he's gonna be the one to fuck it up.
Nope.
Yep, told you.
He fucked it up.
Told you. Called it. G-Legs is spinning around like a Beyblade.
And they just...
Infidel
Nope.
off.
Oh.
And
the tower collapses. Ah, fuck's sake. Our players.
Amenities, and I might be mem leaking.
Amazing. Anyway, back to Sector 1. Op4 is deploying a group here. They do have the nice little lighthouse here they can climb up to the roof on and take out anything that comes towards this AO, so that's really nice to see. There is also this big hill to the east that Op4 looks like they're setting up a few things on, so that'll help them kind of watch for any Blue 4 forces coming from boat. But in terms of sight lines to the first AO, it's a little tough because we do have a nice good chunk of trees here. That could help Blue 4 kind of maneuver in and get to this objective early on. But because it is a sector control, again, all of Op4 needs to be dead or unconscious in the medical symbol down, which you'll see as the op begins, for Blue 4 to take the zone. So, Blue 4 here.
The carrier right now?
What did they do?
Because they're in safe start, they're all just jumping from the deck into the water from about.
Of course they are.
Up.
Yeah.
Great. I saw one person just fucking do an elbow drop from the top rope onto one of the ribs. It was amazing. It was glorious.
Gotta love it when you're invincible. Just jumping willy-nilly in the water. So Blue 4 is prepping a naval invasion, but Op 4 does have room to put their armed vehicles on the coast and patrol for such an invasion. But anyway, back to Sector 1 here. I think Op 4 has some great ways to hold the sector, but Blue 4 could easily get up close, assault from the western flank, and control the sector itself. Now, Sector 2, the actual airport of UTs here. It is a little fortified here. We do see a little Livonian radar position put up as well in the middle of two military buildings, which are fully enterable. They're the Livonian assets as well, because you can get on both the little sideway and the first and second story of the air traffic control tower building. So someone had a lot of thought here in replacing these assets, which I really do appreciate. And all the barracks are fully enterable as well. So a lot of places Op 4 can hide their units. Nothing custom in the hangars though, but that allows Op 4 a lot of room to sneak forces around. Now let's look at Sector 3. Sector 3 only having a minimal defensive area, but this appears to be a nice custom radar position. That again, taken from Livonian assets here. A nice little bunker, not really a bunker complex, just, you know, a few barracks and just the radar building itself. But this radar building can easily turn into a player base's nightmare because there are just so many places on the second story to fire onto the first story to deny anyone from being able to assault this building. Furthermore, you can't destroy this building. It has no destruction texture. So Op 4 could easily go in and camp that and deny Blue 4 from going in. But they're only having a minor garrison going in, interestingly enough. And it looks like Pierce is it Pierce commanding Op 4? I honestly forget. Yes, it is Pierce commanding. He is chilling in the command BRDM with two others. I would assume his command squad, and they're just going to wait out to see what Op 4 spots with Blue 4 coming in. But otherwise, Safe Start's going to continue. Blue 4 will make some sort of naval attack, and we'll just have to see how this AO plays out.
Yeah, Red 4 does now have their marksman in the form of Arma Jesus, who is running around without any clothes on, just like Jesus would. And it looks like they're actually pulling away from Sector 3. King's the only one still in there.
Oh! Truck just exploded to the west of Sector 1, excuse me, east of Sector 1. They had 250 cals placed right here. I have no idea what blew it up, but there are no casualties because it's still in safe start, but that was
that is
interesting. I honestly have no idea what caused that.
Who knows, maybe they hit the sandbags or something, and Arma said, you know what, I'm going to roll a natural 20 and blow this shit up.
But they're making a fortified defense line here. I guess just expecting Blue 4 to potentially dismount right there. A little risky since Op 4 has only 100 points for fortifications here, but I can see what they're trying to get at. If they can catch Blue 4 to come on this spot, Blue 4 is going to have a really tough time assaulting this area because of the 2 out of the 350 cals that Op 4 has are being placed in that spot. Really risky for Op 4, but if Blue 4 just goes there, they might just pull it off.
This is an interesting setup, like you said. Again, this is sector defense, so they don't have an objective other than to clear out this area. And the fact they're setting up on the hill, it gives them good cover and good all around. Nemia is
good, man?
Nemia is messaging me. I swear to Almighty Christ, if I get TSB'd in this boat. And I am now going to watch her very closely.
If she gets run over again in a boat and dies, I'm going to laugh my ass off, because that's exactly what happened last round.
Yeah, and so I'm just going to keep a hard camera on her position. But yeah, that Sector 1 position is an interesting call. Good eyes from the south on that coast, but not really good eyes west onto the sector itself. They do have a 6-man team over there holding it from the house.
Good Overwatch Doug here as well.
King is still just 1-man armying Sector 3, and the rest of Red Fort is over by the airfield at Sector 2.
I will say though, the fortifications we're seeing dug at sectors 1 and 2 are actually really, really nice. The fear though is just there's a lot of Op4 guys to the side of Sector 1 itself and Sector 3, which in my opinion is probably one of the best to defend with just a squad to stay inside and have a little bit of a holdout in the building itself, you know, force people in fatal funnels and whatnot. Not really getting any attention here, so I don't know. We'll just have to see how Op4 does with this defensive strat. Barb, you okay? Are you watching them too hard, you pervert?
Yes, she's still messaging me, and well, I can't say that word anymore. But yeah, I just had to remind her to double tap V to buckle into the boat.
I see. Well, otherwise it looks like Blue 4 is actually going to go for a massive flank around attack on the eastern side of the island, which is really smart because the Op4 safe start zone encompasses the entire northwestern chunk, so Op4 could have set up defenses anywhere on the beach here, so Blue 4 is going to play it safe, and I think that's a really good call, especially since that is going to knock out Blue 4's large defense line they've dug right here, just nullifying it completely, because again, they got 250 cal bunkers up here, and it's just going to end up becoming such a waste. I really don't understand why Op4 dug that. If it was overwatching Sector 1, for example, like they dug some defenses over here, then I'd get it. But this is just a lot of points to throw on a random beach assault, which has a very low likelihood of happening because there's so many other places Blue 4 can enter the AO in.
Yeah, and I think that they're almost betting on them being very aggressive. Now, I will say, Scandi Recon have ditched their boat idea, and looks like they're going to the deck of the carrier to get in one of the Blackhawks. So, we'll see what happens with that, but safe start is about to end here if it hasn't already. Yeah, no, just there we go. So they are.
I just heard an Op4 gunshot. That was just a mispain there, but you're right. Blue 4 is launching with all the boats. Helicopters are starting to mobilize here. We still have a lot of guys on deck. One of the Hueys actually loaded to bear with a shit ton of dudes. That is nice to see. And one of the Blackhawks is loaded to bear as well. We're seeing a lot of infantry starting to get into the other Blackhawk as well. So we're going to see a two-pronged attack here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. Actually, no, only one Huey. That's right. So I guess one's going to be a bit of a distraction, unless that's some marksman in there, which it might be. But yeah, they will be. The way I see this happening is that the boats are going to get a bit of an LZ. They're going to clear the area, you know, call it clear and signal the helicopters to come into the area. It looks like they, based on their vector now, they might be going for Strelka, because it's on the opposite end of the island and should be relatively ungarrisoned, which right now it is. The only thing that's near them is that roaming BTR with the 14.5 KPDT.
So I'm looking through the roster right now. I cannot find where T5's Bay +1 is, but it looks like it's no longer a +1. The guy got out of the helicopter last second and switched to another. So I don't know. The SOCOM Little Bird is staying close to the other helis, though. It's not immediately going out to recon LZs. It's just gonna chill there.
It is arguably the least protected and least armored helicopter that Blue 4 has, so I can imagine why it's not going to be at the tip of the spear. But it does need to, yeah, if it wants to be effective, it is going to need. Well, also you have to imagine that the camera can't cut through the fog that well. Maybe a bit.
Yeah.
Thermals, then it's definitely limited in its effectiveness. Like it's gonna have to get like too close for comfort in order to actually be able to spot stuff, which is a big disadvantage to having this fog. It does mean that Blue 4 will be able to land most likely uncontested. Looks like they're going north on the eastern coast of this island. We'll see if they turn in to that bay. But it looks like they actually might be going a bit further north, maybe to point 3.2 or 3.6 or a bit more north from there, but we will see.
So far, OpFor, I don't really see them having any good eyes on where Blue 4 could potentially come up on. And I'm just watching the helicopters ingress now, making sure none crash into each other. But it looks like the Blackhawks might go in to follow up with the boats on Blue 4. Blue 4 still had extra boats here, so they did deliberately put some men in these helicopters here. But for what purpose, I don't know. Maybe just in case Blue 4 drove up to where Op4 was fortified, having some guys in reserve in helicopters just to make sure there wouldn't be a total wipe of manpower. I could understand that as, you know, just an investment, or insurance would be the better word, to make sure that Blue 4 doesn't get wiped immediately.
Of
A diversified investment. That's a funny way to put it. But so far, I'm curious to see where these helicopters go. I do like how the SOCOM bird is starting to fold in now. I think it's going to try to find a decent LZ to fold units in, but we might see.
Like boats are going like way northeast, so they might be going for this forested landing over on the northeast side of the island. They're starting to turn west-southwest now.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're going in for just northeast of the airfield, which isn't a terrible LZ either. But having one of the Blackhawks now fly over Strelka by that lighthouse, gonna be landing and discharging its full load up there. That's gonna be Scandi and TSB coming out now.
Why does he sound so lewd when he says that?
So they're gonna secure this area and just. It looks like they might be going just to comb the whole place, get a decent foothold, and understand the area before they really make any kind of aggressive move. Boats are coming in pretty good now. I'm pretty sure McGowan just crashed out. Yep. So that boat is about to go nuclear, and it does.
Woo! People just flew. Whoa!
Yep. I caught that.
Ends up on the coast.
Wait, where's the boat now?
Easton has been run over. It pulled around and took a right. Now you got some 4IB guys that have dismounted on the beach, but some other 4IB guys that
yeah, Easton is gonna breach.
Looks like everyone's okay.
He almost has a Nimia, but he's not going.
No, it wasn't deep enough. Otherwise, Choppers also dismounted some forces into the town of Strelka. And we do have the armed BRDM looking in the waterway direction, not necessarily at the town, so I don't think it caught the chopper there. But we do have a UH-60 flying close. Flux is going to be able to hear it, staying on a little tower right here, but instead, he's looking out potentially at X-Ray's direction. I'm going to look into his eyes. He's looking right at that group. I'm not sure if he spotted them, though. He might have heard the helicopter land on that spot, though.
That's heartfelt. You're going to look right deep into his eyes, gaze into his soul, peer into his deepest, darkest desires.
I'm the drunk one, not you. Let's calm it down there, Chief. But now we got some 50 cal fire coming up on the helicopters from the massive fortified hill position that OpFor's invested so much on. And I think based off where Blue 4 is dismounted, it might be used, because Blue 4 is going to be pushing to Sector 1 last. They're probably going to go for Sector 2 first, then 3, and then go to 1. So we still might see some use here. OpFor can still pick up the 50 cal turrets and face them in different directions, but at the same time, defensive lines to the east itself are a little hammered because of some really well-placed trees here, as well as there's still the ridge continuing to the east. But you have a UH-60 that has also deployed a strike team really close to Sector 2 as well, and I think at this point Blue 4 is just trying to figure out where OpFor's defensive lines are.
Well, now OpFor, in the form of Mass and Troll, they're running around that BRDM. They drove completely around Scandi and TSB on the south side of Strelka, and now they've posted up near where they actually dropped off, but I don't think they have sign of them just yet. Mass has gotten out and is looking around for them, but that's going to be a very nasty surprise if they roll up on the rear end of Scandi.
What just happened there?
We'll see what happens. Helicopters are flying over the airfield.
We just had to
now,
disconnect there,
trying to do
actually.
some distraction plays since they don't have any guns or anyone to shoot out the doors.
Some audio drawing out to make people look up, especially in this foggy weather. The more people they can distract with that, the less people that are looking around and really trying to focus on where Blue 4 might be moving up.
Play from Blue 4 X-Ray. They're on a tiny island to the west of Sector 3 that is pretty well isolated. I guess maybe they were thinking they could cross over to the east across that strait, but that's a pretty deep body of water and they would be pretty exposed. I wonder if King has
they're trying to scout out, but Kane is looking with binos over in that direction. He could have potentially spotted them. Now you're hearing those 50 cals again firing up at the helicopter with T5 Bay flying. And he quickly breaks speed and he is now in a dive.
T5 Bay going tough.
No, he's screwed. T5 Bay, no! Just lost his avionics there. I don't know what to make of it.
Tried spinning, but it wasn't a good trick in that scenario.
I see. Yep, sometimes we can't be Anakin Skywalker ourselves. And T5 Bay, who I often regard as one of the best players in FNF, is the first to take a drink.
I mean, I think you were the first one, but in this round, maybe.
Shush your mouth. So funny enough, we're actually having the Echo 2 group going into the worst possible assault position because that's where Op4 has all of their defensive lines. But no one on Op4 is actually down there to look. Got Bronson now coming down. 50 cals have moved.
He's checking around, but no, he does a quick peek and he doesn't see anything, so he's just looking up at the helicopter now, which actually might draw his eye to that Echo team now. And I think that's exactly what just happened. I think he saw Daniel. He's seeing movement. Yeah, that helicopter completely gave away that push as he's
oh dear,
going to be drawing the attention of everyone else there.
Yep, so Bronson now engaging. You're starting to see other Op4 guys maneuver to the southern flank here. Whoa, Bronson already knocking out Paladin. What a good shot there. But some GL fire going up on this hill. So I think this Blue 4 group's going to get in a little bit of a pickle here. We have another Blue 4 group, meanwhile, on the northeastern side, about to run into the Op4 Charlie 2 group, which they also have a 50 cal at their disposal. So, and then we got Buckets looking over. Now Blue 4 is starting to open up to knock out Thicky there. And we have more Blue 4 groups now starting to enclose onto Sector 2 to do a northern to southern approach. But that southern group does have a lot of open area to assault from because of that airfield. And the northern side of the pincer has been spotted. Brandy getting shot at by Stenley there. And grenades being exchanged. Stenley is taken out.
No, Stenley took out someone, but Stenley's definitely still up.
Ooh, BRDM looked like it was going to drive into Blue 4's forces here, but it pulled left at the last second. Not sure if they spotted anyone. And now you've got 3 different positions of firefights actively on this island as the air support is trying to do their best to assist. But I don't know. It's really hard to tell here. Blue 4 does have a numbers advantage, but a lot of those numbers went into piloting and crewing the helicopters. So it's kind of even on the ground level, and in this weather, it's really hard for those UH-1s to support the infantry. So advantage is going to go to defenders here, but Blue 4 is too spaced out to really do anything because the northern side, they're on 3, now 4 KIA with 4 IB, and that attack wave is pretty much falling apart.
Yeah, over here on the northeastern side, we have about a dozen or so Blue 4 guys coming up on just a very small group of 3 or 4 Red 4 up in the trees near the coast. So if they get spotted out, they should be overwhelmed pretty quickly. And I think they have been spotted out because I'm seeing some smokes and stuff sent their way. But yeah, it's going to be important for Blue 4 to win these smaller engagements where they have these number advantages. Like with Command and Alpha 1 over here, it's a pretty even fight, which is not what you want to be in. You want to have the advantage. So this
you want to fight unfair.
Blue 4 is going to win because they're attacking against an equally armed defense force. Otherwise, Echo 2, yeah, they're still under fire. Although I don't think they've taken many casualties. Let me check on that.
By the way, Op 4 is breaching into the southern tower of Sector 2 where Blue 4 is breaching into it. Op 4 had 2 guys defending just to basically do some overwatch. And Holton getting taken out by Map Noor there, just wasn't able to lift his MG enough to take out Map Noor, instead getting some leg shots, crippling him, but not killing him. And because he was prone head first, that allowed Map Noor to get the shot. Meanwhile, Panzer on the northern side getting a wonderful double kill there. Gets crippled for it, but taking out 2 Blue 4 guys on the already weakened northern flank really helped him out there. Otherwise, far to the north, you got Matt Coro and Dust Eye in a firefight here, but no clear winner.
From both of them, Gio going far. I think almost hit Becky.
And he gets picked off by Olaf.
Yeah, either Olaf or Rory, so good job there. Now they
One kill.
They got Theki and Skip. We can call that done. Command for Blue 4 has fallen back, as well as the other group that they were with, which, cutting...
Daniel lining a shot up on Twig King. Daniel only had a few bullets in his magazine, though, allowing Twig King to return fire and take him out. Unfortunate, because Daniel had the advantage there, but didn't check how much ammo he had in his gun.
TSB and Scandy on the opposite
side, the
southern side of the airfield, dealing with all the garrison up there. Cholt and Maz in the BRDM, they have pulled back to Sector 2, so that 14.5 is now trained on Scandy.
Yeah, you never want to fight fair.
A few people are down. Don't know about any deaths per se, but they need to be very careful as both Hueys...
Fred and Command hide in a tree.
On Sector 2 north of the airfield now.
Yep, that is because Fred is on the northeastern side of Sector 2, alone hiding in a tree, and I think he's calling air to just start strafing that position to try to give his group some relief. But his major force is now to the south. They have a lot of open ground to cover, but the BRDM is starting to fire. Oh, I stand corrected. Maz round came in from the southern group and completely annihilated that BRDM and took out a large building with them, denying Op 4 room to hide.
Very nicely done. One less building to clear out and worry about. Pierce is now coming around the unarmed BRDM. It looks like he might get out of there though, but a great shot, willing to put money that it was Iander, and it was.
It's not even bettable. You know who makes those shots in Friday Night Fights. Definitely.
It's friendly fired first.
Well, then it's still Iander, especially if it's a friendly Apache. But anyway.
Sure, whatever.
Internal memes, I love it. Blue 4 is kind of at a stop here, because Sector 1's attack has fallen flat. Twig King is now hunting the remaining 5 guys. Blue 4 lost a lot of guys on the northern side. And the
pickle now, if they push over across to get to Sector 2, they're going to get shot on the side by Durop, Dardis, Tessic, Blade, a bunch of names.
Yep, that northern defensive line.
They have a great overwatch on this sector, so they'd be able to defend that pretty nicely. So yeah, this is a tough spot for Blue 4. They are progressing north. If they should be able to take Sector 3 pretty easily if X-Ray were to move an Iota from their position, no pun intended. Actually, Iota's in that team. Fuck.
Well, you tried. But I think Blue 4 is just going to skirmish with Sector 2, knowing they have time. And in that same chunk of time, the northern attack group is going to continue to move around, eventually taking Sector 3. But Op 4's small force here of Charlie 2 has done a really good job of halting that offensive. What Blue 4 really needs to consider is trying to attack from a different angle, potentially pushing X-Ray into Sector 3. But it's a very tough call here because visibility is so limited. And again, Blue 4 lost its numbers advantage when they put so many dudes in aircraft instead of on the ground. So I don't know. I think Blue 4 is going to be able to take 1, potentially 2 sectors, but by the time they get to Sector 1, Op 4 is going to have way too many forces there, Garrison, especially since they have both of those 50 cals still there, and they're just not going to be able to push past.
Now that hill position northeast of Sector 2 is actually firing onto Scandy's position. Seems some grenade. No way that a grenade flew that far. That was way too far of a throw. But,
beautiful pick off by Dusty there.
I think
Dusty got a pick-off kill on the northern group. He's still firing to make sure he got the kill, but let's see. We're at the 32-minute mark. The round officially ends at the 1 hour and 5-minute mark, so still 33 minutes left, but I think Op4 is just going to be able to whittle down that Sector 2 central force, and the guerrilla war that Op4 is playing here with the 1ER guys are getting some good pickoffs. Rory getting knocked out. They're firing some more shots, making Gazag pull back here. Gazag has been doing really well. Did really well in round 1. I'll be curious to see what he does for this round, but I think Op4 is just going to be able to stall, and this is going to go into the long game.
Now we do have 4IBs crawling up on the eastern side of Sector 2's hill defense point. If they're able to get up there, which actually now they're pulling back, but yeah, it's important to remember that Blue 4 has no real on-the-ground transport. They have the helicopters, which they can, obviously move around very quickly using those, but it takes a lot of coordination and a lot of time to just get in one and then dismount somewhere else.
Real quick. On the northern attack, Bucket's sneaking around right on top of Blue 4 guys. I think he's going to be able to get a large outflank here and get a few of these Blue 4 guys before he's taken out.
Ooh, yeah, I'm seeing that.
He just saw Olaf. He's trying to get up, get in the tree. He's going to tap Olaf on the side of the head. There's the kill.
Andreas.
And no, yep, he does turn around to look, but these guns sound really similar. And I think they just spotted Olaf. Nope, I thought they spotted Buckets, but he immediately went prone and starts crawling through the grass again.
Yeah, the grass is just on him. I think Andreas might have seen his backpack, but no.
Nope, Ventric pushing up, though. Sees Buckets. All right, so it's a 1-to-1. But again, looking over, we got Rory and STS down. Skip now pulling back, but they've stalled that area really, really well. And now on the central attack, we are seeing some Blue 4 guys getting up to the hill. They could alleviate that southern defensive line on the northeastern hill, but it's going to be tough. But 4IB can do wonders in a really sticky situation. Grenade almost rolling down on Foika's position. That would have been lethal. But we also see some dead Blue 4 guys right here because they've already tried to attack this position. So that has to be demoralizing for Blue 4 there.
Christensen's doing some low passes around Kameni. Actually does a great drift, as it looks like he's trying to land, actually, but now he's taking fire from that radar station and from the rest of Red 4 X-Ray.
Yep, that would be Flux from the medic and King, who is the team leader, squad lead, because he has the slash in his name.
So great job from from Christensen, to draw that fire, know that there is an enemy presence in Kameni, even though he doesn't know how much. Again, just the knowledge of
I knew they would push.
There, he can relay that to that Bravo team and to the Blue 4 X-Ray team.
Real quick.
They know that they know.
Blue 4 X-Ray team, 3 are crossing. Lolo the marksman overwatching. They are being forced to kind of get direct here because of how stalled the other attacks have been. Looking over, though, we have Nizel here, who just got taken out. He drove a truck up on his own, I believe, but was taken out by Op4's defensive lines. Op4, a little bit of confusion here on who's at what, but we do see Dardis down right.
And 4IB pushing up to the top of the hill now.
Yep.
Crawling up. He might get caught on the side by Blade. If Blade doesn't see him, though.
He does not.
So he's going to be... So McLaughlin's going to be able to crawl into that bunker.
UT's grass is really good for crawling around, and we've already seen it done twice. Mikal here is going to throw a grenade just to go on the safe side here. It's a smoke grenade, though, but now you got Blade walking around.
McLaughlin needs to get out of there. But Stenley, he knows that Stenley's in here. Is Stenley even in there?
Stenley's not in there, but he's going around the side.
I saw his icon. Oh, he turns away right as Stenley was coming in.
I think he heard the footsteps. He definitely heard that throw. Stenley, and he gets kind of out of position. The mag dump coming in, but they trade because Stenley was aiming a little too low from his head, instead hitting his arm, and I think Miguel was able to hit him in the head and create that trade, but Stenley did survive that. So
Stark and Foika need to capitalize on
Blade could go in and help him.
Back up into there. Question is, though, who laid that charge down? Probably is Tessic, who is the combat engineer up there. And Stenley's a medic, so yeah, probably either Tessic or Skady.
By the way, real quick, Paladin's pushed up on the left flank all on his own, and he's going to try to sneak up. as Op4's closing the gap here, trying to pin new Miles down. But now Op4 shooting at each other. I think Op4 just picked off one of their own guys on the left flank. Because there's a massive blue-on-blue incident going on.
Sorry, where at?
On Sector 1. Yeah, so Slow picked off one of the Op4 guys. Now you got Money picking off that one Blue 4 guy. Paladin got picked off as well, but yeah, they're
getting dumped. These platoons.
Massive blue-on-blue. And
Yeah, well,
I don't think that's going to be enough to give Blue 4 the advantage here, but every free kill that Blue 4 can get will definitely be beneficial. But, whew, it just goes to show, it's not just PvE with Zeusing. You can also see it in PvP, where people will get confused and shoot at each other. It happens. Blade now firing down, taking out one of the 4 IB guys, but Foika firing back, and manages to take him out with a lucky grenade.
I love this on this western coast by Sector 1. They're just chasing phantoms into the sea.
They're making sure it's clear, though, because Daniel did that massive flank round. Meanwhile, X-Ray starting to breach into Sector 3. King might have spotted someone, though, because I saw him go guns up and look in that direction. And then Flux is also on the roof moving around, but they are getting fire from Lolo, who is trying to pick off Flux, I believe, and he is forced to pull back.
Scandy is doing a great thing. They've doubled back to the south of the airfield and now coming along the southwestern approach on the other side of this hill. With the fog and the concealment, they're pretty much invisible. Or I wouldn't say invisible, but they can't be seen by this Sector 2 defense at the ATC. So great move on their end, but they are running out of time. We are at about 25 minutes left. So they got to start hurrying up because they don't have a single sector captured yet. They are in Sector 3 now, just trying to find King and Flux, who are both on the upper floors in the roof.
X-Ray versus X-Ray, but defenders have the advantage because they have a lot of tight little nooks and crannies here. They can look out to the first story and hit anyone engaging.
Last round of last week, where this building is just such a maze of angles and vertical combat, which is something that not a lot of players, even in PvP, are ready.
Experienced in, yep.
Yeah, exactly. That won't be too much of an issue because Flux is on that roof and King is just kind of watching the exterior, but we'll see what happens. Reaper now coming into Flux's position, but Flux turns away as the door opens, and that's 1 down, 1 to go for Blue 4. Flux now shooting down. That's that vertical combat. He does get 1. And that was Galil, actually, who got taken out by Flux, team leader for X-Ray.
Ah, back in Sector 3. Gotcha.
Yes,
so,
the radar done.
Novik's coming around. And Flux was with another guy, though. I don't see him anymore, so I think they 1-to-1 traded. Yep.
That was King. He got taken out on the northern side by Reapers.
Bobby has to be careful, though. Novix is about to go guns up on him and come right up and see him.
And I think he does, yep.
And Novix is going to get the tap. First shot was a headshot.
Very nicely done. Flux is now tossing grenades, bouncing in a weird angle. I think some kind of invisible wall is deflecting them.
I did see a little bit of blood, though, from that grenade, so it nicked Reapers, but didn't do any significant damage there. But Blue 4's northern attack is falling apart. I don't know, by the time they take Sector 2, because I believe they will still get it. It's going to be a tough fight, though. Then they'll probably move on to Sector 3, but by the time they get to Sector 1, they're not going to have the numbers advantage there, and time will be a significant factor.
I don't know why Lolo is still out here on this western island. He is so
Fred just got a kill.
Just on marksman, effective range, and combined with the fog and this building's layout, he's pretty much ineffective at his position, separated from Reapers.
Skip firing on Lucius here.
Or they're the last 2, I should say.
Yes, Mod Addict. All Blue 4 guys can see Blue 4 group positions and infantry, and Op 4 can see all their friendlies as well.
A single point. We actually are now having... Actually, no, that isn't blue on blue. It looked like it from the traces, but no, they just...
Jonathan just killed Fred. Fred was Blue 4's platoon, company commander. And these Hueys are still doing close passes, firing at the air traffic control tower. I don't think they directly see anyone, though, because Op 4 has all gotten very entrenched here. And they're just baiting Blue 4 to come in.
And which is, you know, they are being effective in that regard.
Looking back up north, Novix on the first story outside, Reaper on the second story high, just camping it out because he knows he is alone at this point. Lolo is starting to fold in, though, but still taking it very slowly, trying to be a marksman and pick off anyone that comes around. I think he spotted Novix going in, but again, he's got to wait to get a good, stable shot to be effective, but it's not going to happen at this point because they're going to be active on Blue 4. Meanwhile, Blue 4, we're seeing some Blue 4 guys firing. I don't know if they're firing on Skip. They got to be careful because those rounds are going over and potentially ricocheting above TSB, making them freak out. Skip is going to try to crawl back. He is, I think, crippled. And otherwise, you still have these Hueys flying over. T5 Rod coming in. But I don't know where he's gonna go.
There's a big force coming in from the north.
Milky just walked up and annihilated Gorski. That was Mickey, excuse me. So Mickey doing a great job shooting his teammate to death. And now falls back.
Huh. Interesting call. But...
Skip now firing on Nemesis. And now Andrea's man, and Skip actually gets the kill there. Nice.
Decent bush that he's hiding behind. Obviously no actual cover, but hides his profile well enough and matches the color of his uniform, I do believe.
So by the way, Op 4 sent some reinforcements over to Sector 3 from Sector 1, and they are now systematically clearing this building as Reaper's camps the corner, and Reaper taken out by Novix. Novix doing a great job maneuvering left as Reaper stayed static, allowing Novix to get the kill as Reaper's had to keep it dominating for that movement.
No! Six-man team on the western side. They are now inside Sector 2, assisting Rod as they come on to Gorskowski's deceased body, or not quite deceased, but ooh, Ryzen did spot out.
Skip getting picked up by Gazag. At least I thought it was. It might have been Iota.
As well, trying to take down Mickey.
Hard to tell.
Well. Gets 2, and trying to take 3 with Stenley. So that in itself has decimated the northern defenses and then the western defenses. So they'll be able to push in and should be able to take out the rest of the people in here. I think Rod got yeeted, yeah, by Dusty, I'm pretty sure.
Falcon double tapping Gorski.
Severe now suppressing the ATC as well, as they are trying to flood this sector.
20 minutes left.
One objective under their belt.
Yeah.
Lots of reinforcements got to Sector 3 for Red 4, and they're holding that tight. Lolo is the last remaining member of Blue 4 X-Ray.
So I think Blue 4 is definitely going to be able to get Sector 2. Whether or not they go to Sector 3 or Sector 1 is anyone's guess, but 20 minutes remaining. Air's going to have to be really quick to ferry dudes, but I really like how we're seeing this Huey come in and suppress the rooftop and actually get a kill off of an Op 4 guy on the second story. So great call right there. And then you got Rory coming in on the hill scanning around. But we also have Kami Slaughter and Bassbeard coming in on the base of this ATC tower. I can say it right, I swear. Yes. And Blue 4 will hopefully be able to fold in and take the rest of this AO. Rory going in, getting a shot. Hillary Clintoning somebody in the back of the head. Jonathan doesn't realize it, though. Rory could come down and get a second kill.
Rory's playing it cautious, just kind of peeking around the corners, checking all the angles.
He's going to catch Jonathan out of position here, though, as Jonathan moves in and gets tapped as well. Now, it wasn't in the back of the head. That's what's required for a Hillary Clinton, but it was pretty close. Now you got Falcon running up. He's got a stolen PKM, and I think he just saw something.
Yep.
Yeah, sees the oh, good shot.
Bad nade, bad frag.
Butchers the grenade throw. Doesn't tell Infidel. Infidel keeps moving. And now Panzer going low, immediately noticing that his buddy got hit. Another grenade gets thrown in.
And
Panzer looked at it and he's like, screw it. Actually picking off Infidel. Great shot right there, and
tries to get a frag through it.
Yes, Glass, the #1 stopper of grenades. Meanwhile, Azariah doing the proper thing of throwing a grenade through an open door, and I think that's going to hurt Panzer there. Another grenade going in as Panzer desperately tries to crawl out. And now they're going to breach him. As Panzer looks the other way, and Falcon gets the kill.
Johansson with a very cheeky angle through the opening on the top of the double doors in the ATC. Not a bad angle at all. He does get some return fire and falls back. And they still have to take these two guys out before they can call this sector secure.
I know, right? What's that? It's so exciting to see them do what you teach them.
17.
Has managing Nemesis.
This is looking more and more like a Op4 victory. They have 2 more sectors to capture and not a lot of people to deal with. Lolo the marksman has gone down to a 2-man strike team up in the north.
Yep.
Yeah, all those 50s by Sector 1 are going to shred through any vehicles or helicopters that come near. As I say that, they start opening fire on the Little Bird and one of the Hueys. One of the Hueys just got its tail rotor knocked out, I think. I heard that crunch. That mechanical kind of crunch that you don't want to hear when you're flying.
I think they're still okay. Sometimes when you hear that crunch, it's a bit of superficial damage. Otherwise, we got So Slow marauding around outside of Sector 2 here. And Johnson has gone down, and now it's just up to Sal to defend this second story. Getting knocked out, trading with Kami Slaughter, actually. And Slot is, Sector is taken. Falcon put some rounds in there pre-firing. Risen probably going to come in and double tap. Nope. He's just making sure everyone... Oh, there's a double tap. And there's Sal's double tap.
Not bad.
And the double tap of the rooftop guy. Ooh. So we got the Huey that's landed. I think everyone's going to start mounting up and reposition real quick because they are about to get the 15-minute warning in a few moments. Nemesis being carried by Pads here. Again, someone was asking if Blue Force tracking is on. Yes. If people are down on your side, you'll see them as orange. Otherwise, you'll see them as your color. And you'll also see little symbols indicating which group's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, blah, blah, blah. So...
We do have So Slow for Red 4 up north of Sector 2. He has a negative point, but he somehow has an M203 M4, and I'm pretty sure
so
Blue 4 radio on his back.
He was part of the Western Defense Force that got into some blue on blue with another defense force that was coming around on Blue 4's Western attack, and he accidentally shot a teammate in the face and got a kill. But yeah, there were a bunch of dead Blue 4 guys there, so we stole that. But I'd love to see him put some 203s in that helicopter.
Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a Blue 4 radio on his back.
Yes, that is a Blue 4 radio. And now you're seeing him shoot at the helicopter, which honestly is not a bad call there because he's at least stopping Blue 4.
Yeah, it's disrupt them and stop them, at least temporarily. He does get some accurate return.
Should have used the 203s, though.
Yeah, if he had gotten the 203 and been able to ground that thing, that'd be even worse for them. But now the Blackhawk is coming in with Christensen at the helm, and so they'll be able to get everyone else into the air and maneuvered elsewhere. Now the question is, if you were Blue 4 in this scenario, where would you land? I would almost say, well, just looking at the map, I would say south of Hill 80, but actually looking over there, that's not very flat ground, so you might want to look to the east of it or maybe somewhere to the north, but no matter how you cut it, this is...
So Slow waking up, getting a 203 out, but was hit again, and that 203, I did not see where it landed, but it wasn't on target. I think it landed right there.
I think this is going to be just a tough fight no matter how you cut it for Blue 4. If they were to land, if you look just north of Sector 1 by the coast, there's this nice little dip in the terrain where they could land it and get everyone out in relative cover.
Huey's going to land right on top of Sector 3 and is immediately getting magged up, goes in way too hard.
Oh, no. Legs does get flux though. Flux goes flying. And dive. It's the bounce. Wow. It's a Mario Party fucking bounce going. Iota gets clapped by Armor Jesus, the marksman for Red 4.
Oh my god.
And so they've actually been able to land on this makeshift helipad. Let's call it that.
Sure. It's a one-way trip.
Yeah, there you go.
So is the other helicopter going to drop off reinforcements, or is it also going to try this risky play here? Because that, I get why. They only had, it was at the 15-minute warning. They were feeling rushed, but jeez Louise. G-Leg's not trying to bandage a dead body when he should be bandaging Iota, because Iota needs it more.
Absolutely. Well, he wants to bandage his pilot buddy first and foremost, but that is not what you want to do.
Yeah, but unfortunately his pilot buddy is dead, and he is not going to wake back up. Meanwhile, some more gunfire heard from below.
No, that's Fisher with that MP7 trying to get some more shots. I heard another crunch.
Yep, that was H2 getting hit.
Yeah, those M2s sounds like that might have been them.
UH-60 just powered down, deploying more guys to go attack Sector 1. Soslo's still alive. I'll see where he funnels in. But looks like another group of infantry was deployed to the south, either by helicopter or they took a truck, but I think that was OpForce truck that moved over. So again, helicopter still showing strong here as Blue 4 is throwing grenades down and trying to get some free kills. But yeah, numbers are...
The box trucks for that Blue Force was able to steal. And so yeah, they have this 5-man team coming in as reinforcements trying to save him. Falcon getting pinned down by Armor Jesus.
Appreciate it, bro.
And this is actually looking pretty good for Blue 4. They have to still go down and clear all this out, which isn't going to be easy. And Falcon and G-Legs having a tense greeting as Falcon comes up the exterior stairs.
By the way, if you look in the building itself, there's a bunch of wheels. So, Severe getting into a fight with Luso, doing some heavy damage to Luso, but Severe getting knocked out. Grenades being thrown. Nav's getting picked off by Arma Jesus' handgun as he tried to breach in. OpForce doing a really good job holding this building. Meanwhile, Blue 4 sending that small assault team over to Sector 1. I could see Blue 4 winning Sector 3, but not Sector 1 at this rate.
Armor Jesus gets Nav's M4 and is now coming in for looking for blood.
Yep. Those helicopters, it's we still have one in the air. It's going to have to land at some point. Navy also landing to, I guess, pick somebody up. But yeah, helicopters are going to have to land. Pilots are going to start having to go on the field here to fight.
And just like that, yeah, the radio station looks like a much tougher...
A grenade perfectly thrown on Short Boy by Nemesis!
Actually,
and another one going in the similar spot, seen by Bart. Bart quickly tries to go down to avoid it, but beautiful throws by Nem, knowing that his enemies are on the second story, making some really good calculated guesses there and doing a significant amount of damage to the infantry. But can he get up there to finish them off, is the real question.
Yep, he does have another an M4, so... decent weapon for the job. More shots going out.
You're hearing some firing from the MP7s right now from the choppers.
I think dropped Bay Potato and one other. I saw his arrow go.
Yep. Coming in to try to aim at the balls, but aim at the balls turns around with that PKM and magnums the shit out of G-Legs there, getting the double tap as well. Yeah, an SMG versus a light machine gun, probably not the best idea. Meanwhile, Blue 4 is on the hill. OpForce dug and is now firing into Sector 1. OpForce having their own positions used against them. That is pretty cute.
Ooh, Lusod is right below Nemesis in that stairwell. Because it's so smoky, neither of them even are aware of the other's existence. Nemesis shooting through a hole in the wall, gets Bart, and is looking for Short Boy as well after a mag change. And
door is open. He quickly breaches in. Short Boy on the other door. Oh, but Short Boy managed to get the lucky headshot in the spray, and Short Boy double taps Nem.
Looked like Nem almost got that headshot, but not quite. Aim with the Stars gets another, and it's just down to Lucius, Az, and Falcon.
Again, this building is really easy to defend if you camp the second stories, and that is something that Op4 is definitely pushing to their advantage at this point. Blue 4, meanwhile, doing their best to keep up these attacks. Some explosive traps going off, destroying some vehicles close by, but I don't know. Blue 4 is also getting surrounded up there as well.
Christensen charging across an open field with his MP7, the hero, the king, the madman, launching grenades over towards Grav.
Guy Fieri sending Glarg to Flavortown.
You have to say that every time he gets a kill, I think.
Damn right I have to say that every time he gets a kill.
I said we.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Meanwhile, in the other AO, Falcon unconscious. It is now 3v2 in Op4's favor, and Op4 has a defense advantage.
Grav is actually pulling back, and he gets caught out in the open by Christensen. He's plinking away that MP7, but those are pretty accurate shots. Lots of blood on the ground from him. Tosses a satchel. That's not going to go far enough, and Grav might be blown to bits by his own... No, he's just safe enough, but holy shit.
So there is a mod in FNF, this is just for the viewers, where they can actually throw their satchel charges, and they just act as... What?
It's Ace. That's a feature with Ace.
Oh, it is a feature with Ace. Okay, I thought it was a feature with their own thing.
It runs Ace can do that. It's
nice.
You can just change it from your inventory. I showed that to Sparky the other day, and his mind was blown. It was amazing. It was like a child being given an ice cream cone. It's great.
Oh, dear. 7 minutes left. Op4 actually down one as well, so it's Short Boy and Bay Potato versus Lucius and Lone Survivor, aka Azariah. But the other fight to the west at Sector 1, there is just way too many Op4 guys here.
Aim of the Stars gets picked back up, so now it's a 3v2 as you look away. So this is still a tough fight, very much so. And Aim of the Stars is shooting something. Bay Potato drops him from across the way. That's a friendly fire if I've ever seen one.
Amazing.
So now it's back to a 2-on-2. Actually, wait, no. Whoever the other Blue 4 guy was got dropped as well.
Yep. And helicopters landing, and we've got 3 pilots joining the fray with MP7s.
Oh no, the reservists are here.
There's no medic. Actually, Azariah is a medic. He could get Falcon back up, so if he goes to focus on Falcon, the other 3 could finish this breach here.
But if he did, he'd be exposed to Short Boy's position. Very sharp angle watching over his body, but...
Yep, almost picked off Bay Potato there, but Bay Potato pulled back at the gunshots. Again, a really niche angle there, but as I think is starting to get a good layout of this structure. Looking at the other sector...
So we're having more friendly fire as the mission is winding down.
Christensen has picked up an enemy gun and is trying to fold in. We also have pads folding in as well. We could see an upset. Vonk is spotting Christensen, missing all the... Oh! Back of the head last second.
Damn, you had to have said
it's up the pads. I know. Streamer's curse.
God bless.
Meanwhile, grenades being thrown back and forth at Sector 3. A grenade blowing away one of the pilots because he was naked with no body armor. That makes total sense. And Az now on the second story, trying to find an angle on where he believes these Op4 guys are.
And he might find it. He's going to come around here to the right. That little box-shaped hole in the wall is where they're at. He should see those 2 bodies and be drawn, have his eyes drawn to that position. But like you said,
Falcon bleeds out.
Such a tough building to clear. I think he just saw the hands of Short Boy. Yep, he saw him in there. As always cautious, trying to wait for the perfect shot. If he has any nades, now's the time.
I think he's burned them all at this point.
Yeah, he might have used them all in Sector 2. Crawling around very slowly. And now he's got worst case.
He's going to see Short Boy. He's trying to get an angle on him. And gets the headshot.
Bay Potato now. M16 versus PKM. Oh!
Amazing job done by Azariah right there. Slow and steady. Now the pilots need to go back, get in that UH-1, and fly into the other AO because Pads is dead. And
yep,
they have
less than
3.5 minutes to do it. Woo!
And this is what, 3v... 3v too many. There's 6 there, 7.
3v about 11, I think.
11. Yeah, 3v11. Oof. This is rough. I mean, great persistence from Blue 4, but I think it is going to come down to time. And unless they get in the circle itself and force an overtime, they're not going to have much of a chance. Best bet right now, probably land on the south side, other side of the trees. Hot drop. Maybe try and strafe the tower, because there is a PKM up there. If they're able to take him out with a passing strafe, and then do a hot drop, push into where that Jeep with the tarp is, although there is a satchel right there, that's not good.
I don't see it. Just with the amount of time we have left and Blue 4 is not being immediately mobile.
Yeah.
Their best bet would be to grab a chopper, land right on top, and then get cut down by the multiple machine gunners and the AT guy in Op 4, still at Sector 1.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Yeah, it's GG.
I'm inclined to agree with you, which I don't like to do, but in this case, I have no choice. They might be able to get over there in time. They might have to just try and drop inside the capture zone itself. There's actually fewer people in it than outside of it, so maybe I'm saying there's a chance. It could be, 99-1 against, but we've seen crazier things. I would just love for that satchel by the Jeep to get used. They land on the other side of the trees, they push up, and just the perfect satchel gets blown. Although, actually, I'm not seeing the combat engineer. Yeah, I'm not seeing any combat engineers that are still alive over at Sector 1, so that might be a completely null and void satchel. But with a minute and a half to go, they're just barely spooling up, and they almost didn't take off there.
I'm just going to watch a chopper in third person, and we'll see how they do.
Agreed.
Under 2.5 minutes left. They're going to have to be immediately direct here. Navy doing a cut to the left.
They have 70 seconds left to get in the zone.
No, they still have an extra minute. They're going to be on 2 minutes. Oh, wait, no, you're right. My bad. Yep, 1 minute remaining.
1 minute and counting. 60 seconds.
Bum-ba-da-bum, bum-ba-da-da-bum, bum-ba-da-bum.
Not what you want to do. Lots of fire coming in.
Well, he's got to land it. Like, immediately.
Well, that's too hot. 45 seconds. That's...
Barrel roll! Barrel roll! Do the barrel roll! Fail RP! Fail RP, Barbarian! Fail RP! That was an intentional grounding!
Intentional grounding.
Oh my god! 10-yard penalty, second down!
Cheese is still...
Cheese!
He's got 10, 9...
He's got literally like 6 seconds.
6, 5.
He's not gonna be able to get into the fucking AO.
He's just running triple time in 2, 1.
Oh my god. Well, he tried. Manages to get a kill. But he's caught reloading. Tom double tapping his friend.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Explosive traps going off, so yeah, Op 4 still had the detonator to it. Cheese running in as Tom has been killed off. And Coda's gunfire is drowning out Cheese's gunfire.
I think he's at a PKM. They're letting them have their fun since the the round's over. No, he's reloading. Now all of Red 4 are going, wait, why hasn't it ended yet?
Sudden death.
It's okay, fair enough. All right, I will be going on ground for this next round, so Liru, you go find someone else to keep it company, but I will see you on the other side, my friend.
All right, good luck.
Are you eating something right now?
Yeah, my pizza showed up.
Fucking course you did.
Get back downstairs.
Did your mom
10% blue for advantage. Okay, right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, good. I kept hearing people say my name. I was like, why are you saying my name? I'm talking.
He'll need all the luck he can get. I agree.
Wait 1 second. That is 1. Give me a second.
Real quick thing.
Should be 13.
1 RW hasn't attacked this FNF.
Yeah, same for.
Roger that. Roger. Our strike. Spartans.
10.
UPSC.
16.
1RW.
7.
RCC.
I think they're out for the night.
Oh, fair play. Scandi.
Bob, are you joining?
Damn right I am.
So that's 8 plus Nemesis.
No, it's 7 plus Nemesis.
7,
We're
so
missing
sorry.
1.
AA.
5.
Tau.
Hold on. Yeah, 11.
All right, what's the map? The map is sorry.
Okay.
1 going with Merriman.
Roger. Myrmidon.
6.
29th.
And let me check the multi.
29th appears to have 5.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5.
Lovely. Is there any other groups here that were not here before? Cool. Fantastic. Right. Let's have a look. 1RW blue 4. Not option for leadership yet though. Let's get
And everyone appears to still be streaming.
Let's try and think this through.
Cool.
Okay. Let's get 4th IB blue 4. Option for leadership.
So I'm turning on my T-Fire plugin on. I'm going to solo shoutcast this, and we're going to listen to their local comms.
Red strike, blue 4. Oh, yeah. You going for it?
Does anyone want?
No, you're not going to see. FNF doesn't do anything outside of their mod set unless it's a really special occasion, in which case they'll probably do like a World War II thing. But if you want to see World War II stuff, OFCRA does World War II. We do those on Thursdays. It's a 1 round, 2.5 hour thing.
Roger that. Red strike, blue 4. Let's get Spartans off 4 option for leadership.
But I do plan on you can stream, of course, but
we'll come back to that later.
I'll be taking parts of that Hive City and doing them in some TSB ops in the future, potentially for the Space Marines versus Furries 2 Electric Boogaloo op, but we'll get there when we get there.
Let's get Scandi op 4 option for leadership.
We've already led today.
Yeah, good point. Tau op 4 option for leadership.
We'll skip.
Fuck it.
You want Thunder to take it? Is there any Centaur volunteers for leadership?
I'll take it.
Alright, Roger. Cool, perfect. Then let's get TSB blue 4. Let's get AA op 4. Let's get Myrmidon blue 4. 29th. Wait 1, let's see how the numbers sell. Okay, those numbers are going quite speedy. Let's get 29 op 4. Let's get Merryman blue 4. As we're slowing in, let's slow nice and quickly so we can get around to sorting up the Centaur bears. These are 2 good rounds. We apologise for technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, CTF is very rare, but hey, we'll see how it goes.
That was some wonderful piloting skills that we saw there in the second round. There was a fantastic helicopter landing that happened on the roof. good job. You know who you are. That was a very good job, even if whoever you did kill shot off into space, which was pretty impressive to see as well. Right. Centaur players jump on blue 4. I'm going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. Let's see how these numbers balance.
Come on, blue 4.
Hey, Dingo, why was Zeus not allowed to command?
Because they had it in the first round, according to this. Oh. Oh, my apologies. I put a mark by it because that was someone was in the slot.
Hey Ryan, come up and be my XO.
Or Zeus on Zeus on blue 4, ain't it?
Yeah, it's all good. There's always next week.
Willing to give it up if they really want to lead.
Oh, there you go, Lucius.
Dream?
Lucius, do you want to take lead?
If they want to take lead, they'll have to swap over to blue 4.
Oh wait, Dream, no.
Oh,
Dream,
okay.
yeah. Dream, if you want to take it, take it.
No, I don't want to take. No, it was just it was a miscommunication. We never actually took lead in the first round. I was just asking if Lucius said he wanted to take it if we got attack. But
yeah, my apologies, Spawn.
Someone types their password. Thanks.
Not accepted.
Shut up.
Right, Twig, you got a minute, so I'll let you guys.
Rory be my first platoon lead. Let me see. Nelson, if you give me my second lead. Delta or Short Boy lead Delta from Delta 1 spot. What do you say?
We're just one squad. We're only Delta squad, aren't we? Or is that Fox part of us too?
Yeah, Fox is with you too.
Okay.
As long as you can figure out comms, I don't care where you slot.
That's cool.
Rory, go up there. I need. Oh, recon already got filled in. Very nice. Oh god, all good.
Quickly say, if
We're gonna have to have all the remaining Centaur guys go on blue 4 to balance this out.
Yeah.
They're literally balanced. There's one person missing, and it's maybe 10%.
So there's a bunch of individual players that still
Does it
haven't
really
slotted.
matter?
Well, what's that? At least it's better than some of the other PvP I played, to be perfectly honest.
I'm alright. Dingo, if anything, Dingo can come on to some blue 4. Always taking Dingo.
So reason for numbers jumping up, Scandi just went from 7 to or 6 to 7 plus Nemesis.
Yeah, Dingo, come on and over to blue 4.
No, my internet died. That's my fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take anyone that hasn't slotted. They can come on to blue 4 if that's alright with staff.
Yep, that's fine. Might as well.
Go ahead.
Hagener and Mackenzie move forward to blue 4.
What's that? You're gonna bring up Manticore, aren't you? That was
wonderful.
funny. Back in the day.
Isn't slotted yet.
For OB, you've got the option to take Foxtrot
Already
and G
did
squad if
tease
you
it.
want.
Is CP Hagen here? Or is he even on the team speak?
Let's jump down to MG guys, the guys that aren't in recon.
Negative, recon is staying.
Yeah, I said the guys that aren't.
Yeah, Dingo, I'm alright
Try
with
down
the numbers
quickly,
right
you
now.
want to jump down to Foxtrot 1? Then we can be big boy gun.
Wait. Dingo, come on over to blue.
Alright, that's close enough. Yeah, blue 4 lead, you got a minute on clock.
Alright, I need an alpha. Oh shit. Okay, I lost my entire alpha team. Charlie. Pierce, are you gonna lead Charlie 1 and 2 from the squad lead spot?
Yes, I am.
Alright.
These are all my guys.
Yep, make sure they're all on your comms.
I always do.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm good. Everything looks pretty good, guys.
Fantastic. Right then, let's through to our last briefing.
Where's the excitement, Dingo?
As we are pushing on through, thank you everyone for coming tonight. It's been a fantastic evening. Good to see some good plays done, and everyone looking like there was some pretty clean work as well. nice not to see too many controversial things that we've got to review later. So thank you for that. It means I'll have a good night's sleep tonight. Big shout out to our mission makers. Strong effort tonight. These have been some great missions, really ranged in what they are. And yeah, let's go to our final briefing.
Alright, so sorry again.
Nurses.
That's me. Yes, so capture the flag. It's not. It's hidden spawn, but it won't have the flag
50
to start with.
How you doing?
They need to push it. Yeah, that's 90 seconds flag update timer, and they need to hold it for 7.5 minutes to win.
Oh, wow. Blue for lead. Any questions?
Muted.
Okay. Op for lead. Any questions?
Is the capture area somewhere in my safe start or not in my safe start?
I can't tell you.
That's
great.
And
Okay,
so just to clarify for everyone's sake, you said 90-second update timer?
Yeah.
So the flag's position on the map in real time will update every 90 seconds. And once it's retrieved to the flag capture zone, you'll have to hold it for 7.5 minutes before the game ends, and you get a victory.
And the Up4 won't see where the spot is before the flag is taken.
Yeah.
So take that into consideration.
Okay.
That's called bikes. All those.
So Op4 doesn't know where the capture flag capture zone is until they capture the flag.
Okay. Awesome. Then without further ado, let's push on through to the final round of FNF EU.
All right. So with this being a solo
Don't play
cast,
music, please.
Can I get a question? Which side is going to be capturing the flag?
Yes.
I just realized you can.
well, my TeamSpeak just crashed. So give it a hot second. There we go. Just moving over 100 people into a channel can be a little tedious there, but we're going to be able to fly in and listen to them locally. And the server is having a little bit of an issue here. Some desync going off forward. That's fine. But again, with this being solo, I can go in and listen to them locally. We can see what's going on. But this appears to be an underground bunker. All right. So Op4 is going to have a lot of room here to attack it with these multiple entryways, but Blue 4 is going to have even more room to defend it, but they are going to have to kind of rush in to defend it because they only get like a minute or two if Op4 were to rush in to get it real quick. But Op4 also does have 2 quad bikes, and they could charge right into the AO, grab the flag, and leave before Blue 4 even gets close. So that's an interesting thought there. But I don't think Blue 4 is going to be able to do it. But Blue 4 does have... I think these boats are locked because I didn't see them in the roster.
Give me a second. Is any staff
Good to move. Good to move.
But they're calling it's good to move. They don't want to make sure. They want to make sure that the server isn't desyncing. So when people move around, it just adds to the server load.
Bingo.
But otherwise, let's look back at the flag position here. This rock area can be a little framey, so we might see that happen just a touch, but this is a really curious place to defend. Nice little signage here as well, but I could see Blue 4 getting into the corners of these positions and holding the entryways, but past that, I mean, because it's outside of the Blue 4 defense zone, they can't make any fortifications, but they could dig some trenches and try to form an internal perimeter here, but it might be tough. Now, Blue 4 itself is a standard U.S. Marine faction, so 5.56, 249s, laws for their light AT. I'd assume they have a Moz gunner, which they do here in the hands of Ola, who I've never seen take that role before, so that'll be curious to see. And I am assuming, yep, so Stark has the Mark 11 20-round marksman rifle, which on this map can be very beneficial. But otherwise, I'm trying to see if we have a Charlie 1 or Foxtrot 1 and 2. We do have Foxtrot 1 and 2, so we do have 240 Bravos on the field. Those can be really good for defending those small intersections of the AO themselves. I'll be curious to see if Blue 4 tries to check those boats to see if they have any use on them. But Op 4 Meanwhile, I believe it's just a Russian-based faction here. We have 545 from AK-74 Plums here, so 545 v 556, very close, pretty much identical in round because the mod rescripts the damages to be the same. Both sides have body armor too, and that is even, again, with the Friday Night Fights mod that we all have to load to play. That reconfigs all of the armor values. But we've got basically 545, 762 on the squad level with those PKMs. We do have Marksman here, SL Dreams with the 10-round SVD. And looking over, do we have a Charlie 2? I don't... Oh, nope, it is Eander. Who would have guessed? And he has Barb with him as the Charlie 1 machine gun. And now you can hear them all messing around here. So Barb, normally co-casting with me, is going to get his day with Scandi Recon for EU round 3.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you look like your mom drank every day.
Sound clip of Mario saying "So long, gay Bowser."
You don't bring Yanni's mom in here, Bob, in your first mission. What the fuck, dude? Get the fuck out.
I'll link you the video link now. I'm gonna do a Skelly here. Do I have?
Much different.
I do have.
Welcome to Scandi Recon in their natural habitat.
You'll never catch me.
I've seen Scandi take the marksman role once, but they normally prefer to take the Charlie 1 and 2 weapon squad, specifically so they can give Iander the AT weapon.
Like, that's good there. Like, moving back and all. Like,
Where am I? What are you two doing?
So as you can see, it is a rare treat to listen to the local comms, but this is what Friday Night Fights talks about.
69.
Whoa.
Toyman, do you have it set?
When they're all together.
I think it's not fully clear.
Finn isn't here tonight.
Look at this boy, he's so slippery.
Gonna be super effective in the town or by the beach. Okay.
Gotcha.
But I trust you not to shit the bed.
No promises then.
Carry zone, which they're supposed to carry the flag to. They have a flag. Their objective is to get the flag into the carry zone. We're protecting the carry zone, although we don't know where the carry zone is at the moment.
We're attacking first, then defending.
Yeah, so the carry zone itself is just this little peninsula here, but it is next to this boathouse, which does provide a little bit of cover, but that's a very tough zone to defend, but I doubt the fight's going to get to that point, in all honesty. Looking back here, that's because I hit O.
Small problem with that is there's a ditch on the other side.
Yeah, I know.
Demon, thanks for the 6-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you're getting a kick out of this.
Let him play Sandcastle.
All right, let's go listen to Blue Force comms and wonder if that's any better. Logan!
Turn them off.
See, Logan, I was interested because I thought I read FNF movie trailer, but then I read the FNAF part, and I immediately lost interest. The real Logan isn't named Logan OO, though. He's, Hotshot something. So different Logan. That's okay.
Literally nobody told me how to use the radio.
Yeah, it's yeah, you have to kind of improvise. Task force is a bit different.
Hej, počkat, pojďme udělat tu naši formaci. Hoši. Takže...
Make sure to tune your radios in order to be all about on the map.
Udělejte řadu, já jsem střed, kolem mě. A víte, jakou formaci dole je.
I have no idea what they're saying.
I mean, what we could do is we should expect heavy resistance on that flag. So, like, what if we had first platoon, because that's the weakest unit, or that's the weakest platoon here with only Bravo squads. So, like, what if we sent them to go clear the town out, and then from there we take it, like, we'll have it come back, and the other platoon protects them. We're coming back.
Which town do you want us?
So I'm going to suggest here that X-ray sets up here, because I can get my marksman to have eyes on here and just protect the capture zone and get this choke point. We need to make use of this as a choke point. So the only way that they can come through here, obviously they can't fucking quad bite their way in somewhere. Or if you want, we can stay in this circle that someone's joined in and just provide.
I would think I would extend that choke point and have, like, go around that entire circle there.
For this building here, you should have eyes out across the water.
You only need to
but
occupy
this is
like.
Yeah, but this is only they can only cross this on foot. They can't quad bike over it. So if
Yeah,
we've got
and,
at least
I mean-
if we got at least 2 men here, then they're just gonna get completely mowed down.
But and they have they'll have their own X-ray unit, and they'll have their own, you know, guys that can shoot long range. So that would
So
be a
Blue
bit
4
of-
knows that this is a turn-in
Well,
point,
this is for
so
you
they're thinking
as,
about sending a
as
group
squad commander.
across
You
to
need
hold
you
that
need to Tell
position.
me if you want us as counter surveillance or what you want us to do.
For X-ray, yeah. I want you guys to set up on that rock. I'll even mark it.
Yeah, mark it X-ray.
I do agree with you on that point. That is a great point to hold. Then you can look down into the town, and you'll also be able to hold down into there. Here, you got my lines.
By the way, going off your suggestion of first platoon, first platoon could first platoon could actually be moving up ahead, and the second platoon will maneuver behind. Once first platoon comes into contact, second platoon maneuvers around to try and hit them in the flank.
That would work, but we have.
It is fun to
have
listen to their
flag.
plan, though.
Like, I don't know whether this is our flag right there, or.
That's our flag there. We then have to just move to the flag after them.
Have we assigned anyone to the boats yet?
The boats are locked.
Oh.
And even if they aren't locked, I wouldn't really want to use them on this map anyways. It's not that useful.
Only thing that we could be useful would be the 50 cows, but that would be only if they're on the outer edge.
What do you want?
Alright,
your map.
so here's what I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw from the flag. Second platoon is gonna be taking the flag area. I will hold, like, I'll carry the flag. Fuck it, you know. I'll carry the flag.
I'm pretty sure that's a horrible idea.
Not hearing anybody once.
I think the best route is to go along the coastline to here, and then punch in east, because that gives us the shortest route, and it means they can't outflank us at all.
Just real quick, the faster we get there, the better. So even if it's a straight line to the flag, because the up-4 guys aren't going to be there, right?
Yeah.
They have to move to that flag.
Yeah, and then so first platoon will go past. They'll secure the town.
It's curious to hear their attack plan.
Okay, does Op4 have this position?
No.
No.
Okay, so they are completely blind. So they're completely blind. They're only going to see this position once we pick up the flag.
Yes. So first platoon
No. You got it in reverse. They see the flag, but they don't spawn at it. They will be trying to move.
Okay, so if they see the flag, they're going to move towards it. So why don't X-ray them? Why don't X-ray move into a position first, so we can potentially scout Op4 coming in, and once you start moving towards there, we're going to set up here.
He's not here.
I mean, that would be alright. The only issue would be their X-ray squad, because we don't know who's going to be on those quad bikes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got a position. We've got a position here that is 55, pretty elevated. But
I'm not gonna lie, I think Op4 should just rush, like, the distance. They already got X-ray on the quad bikes, but I don't think they're gonna actually rush.
National anthems aren't copyright.
Oh, it is. Hey, Bastard.
Sorry. Basebeard, something else started playing and I'm interested.
I didn't do the what the my
Basebeard.
What? How did my bond corrupt?
Basebeard.
That is so cack.
Hey.
Hi, Sugar Daddy.
The song ended and it played I Made a Beat with Goat Noises.
Hey Yanni. I'm gonna make your day. You ready?
I found the limit.
Hey, Barbarian.
Right there. Don't go there.
Why are they calling each other?
Have fun with us.
Barbarian. Barbarian. I found something. That man right there showed me. It's like a monkey mixtape. It's incredible. It's perfect. It is the perfect stream music.
Oh my god. The last time I pulled it out, I got fined.
Some Turkish people offered to suck your dick.
I told him about the monkey.
Hey, Ash. I don't have the mount for the puck mic yet, but I have it out, and I can
I can no longer go to the town.
see what we're gonna do with it.
You on some sort of
I'm
list.
just upset that we couldn't get a good maid outfit in time for after
I think it's just interesting to gain perspective here. This is what you hear in Friday Night Fight.
I was at a bus stop trying to find a quiet place to have a wee.
If I play God Save the Queen, it's not copyright strikes, so don't worry about it. It's the only thing I'll play.
I believe you.
It was pretty weird.
Well, it's the national anthem, they can't be copyright strikes.
But no, he just wanted to buy a blowjob.
Well, considering that the Red Army Choir singing the Soviet national anthem is copyrighted, despite the fact that the country no longer exists and the Red Army no longer exists.
No.
Anything is possible.
Base can you
It
find
is
me
base
a
boosted and
maid?
distorted to shit, so...
Hey, Voltaire. What about
Yep, flag will update position every 90 seconds if it is captured.
No one's getting this ATV off me.
Nim has the biggest balls of anyone here.
Base bid, I'm.
Just bleed to the
Base
walls,
bid,
then,
I
right,
am
Nimius?
extremely upset that you did not buy me.
All right, let's go back and listen to Blue Forest plan. I think they've actually finished on it.
Who do you guys want to go with? You guys want to go with first platoon, or you guys want to go with second platoon?
So Blue 4, they're going to send half their force, the stronger force to go defend the AO, and the weaker force to go around and hold the flag capture zone. Op 4, meanwhile, just has a massive battle line to get to the flag.
What do you say? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over special needs.
Come again, motherfucker. So start heads in a minute.
You want to go?
You want to get in trouble for shooting CO?
Guys, get him over here. Get over here, guys.
Yeah, but head to the east side and get the safe start and get ready to launch up on the north side.
It'll be a worthwhile ban for all of us shooting you.
Someone tell me where I'm
remember
going.
How did the entire
Do it.
band,
You
we all backed off
fucking won't.
Point, retard.
Alright, yo, Twig.
Okay.
You wanna go, mate?
Sorry, I forgot you were a fucking mongoloid. You can't fucking look at numbers on a fucking compass.
Charlie, you're going to the fucking north flank. Get over there, east side. Go to the fucking east stand and safe start. Go. Yeah, you guys. Be gone.
Wait, that's Twig King's voice?
East.
Glory
East. Northeast. Northeast.
We're going
Northeast.
Oh my god.
We'll get on 101.
Is that what's 43? Is that command?
The lid. So Blue 4 is moving in tactically, Op 4 is sprinting, but sprinting doesn't get you in that far. So now we get to see where Op 4 and Blue 4 push their forces. So Op 4 committing Scandi Recon on the flank while they're committing a lot of forces to go up into the flag position. Whereas we also have some forces holding the town itself, but Op 4 doesn't know where the flag capture zone is. So that's kind of sus, if you ask me. Because for all they know, they could just push it into Blue 4 territory, which is the standard, so... Huh. Kind of perplexing here how Op 4 knows to hold that position, but... whatever. I guess we'll hear the reasoning afterwards. So, Blue 4 really close to their position. Again, we heard from their brief they wanted to push a force south on the beach and then cut it, but we're not necessarily seeing that. As Blue 4 and Op 4 forces are getting very close together here to get to this flag zone. Blue 4 is not really going to have any time to make any entrenchments. I don't think Blue 4 properly identified that this is some sort of canyon or tunnel complex. Or they did, and they're trying to put forces above it, but it's not going to be too helpful on actually overlooking the flag pause. So Blue 4 ahead by about 400 meters to the flag, but it is closing fast because now Blue 4 needs to figure out how to get into the flag zone. And when I start seeing deaths mount, I will have to transfer over to the casting couch channel. But actually, I'm going to do that now. Just do it a little bit early, just so we don't have to do it while the action's starting. So Blue 4 holding a little bit. Op 4 trying to scout that position out, but that means they are holding. Honestly, they just have to send a squad up this tunnel, and they'll be right on top of the objective. What concerns me, though, is this is an Op4 flag. So wouldn't that mean Blue 4 has to capture? I'm really confused on who's capturing what at this point. And now you're seeing this Blue 4 force flanking around. Again, its main intention is to get to the flag capture zone. Who of TSB is playing? We've got Galil, Reaper, Mox, Mapnura, Iota, Risen, Bobby, and Lolo in Bravo 1 for Blue 4. But Scandi Recon is part of Charlie 2 of Yanni, Azariah, AK Lone Survivor, Us Nemesis, Barbarian, Falcon, Iander, Infidel, Nimia, Naps, and Buckets isn't part of TSB, though. So it's TSB Civil War once again. Blue 4 now getting into the tunnels here to hold this position. And yep, this is a simple Op4 captures the flag, and then once they get the flag, they'll see the capture zone and they'll pull back. Meanwhile, Blue 4 has all these markers down so they know where the capture zone is and where they'll need to defend. Hence why they're doing a forced flank around to the south, because they talked about setting up troops here and potentially here to hold the flag capture zone. But Op4 has a large vanguard force here, which I honestly don't know why. Now we're starting to hear first contact start. GL round going perfectly on Gazog and killing him. Beautiful opening shot by, I don't know who that GL guy was, but that was a great first strike. Could not have been better getting a free kill right there. Hold up. Wait. Okay, I guess Gazog's still alive, but he's not on my roster. Interesting. But Op4 is now pushing right on top of the flag position right here. Flag's cooking off. Explosive charge going off some sort. I heard the beeping. And an explosive charge going off right in front of Blue 4. And both groups pull back, but if Op4 pushed a little more, they would have gotten right on top of the flag. So now Blue 4 is probably going to readjust and try to get to the flag area itself. Very nasty opening strike right there. Hold on. Sorry. I wasn't in the casting couch channel. More GLs going off. Money trying to breach into this vector again. New Miles getting off on the south. We still have Daniel down here. So now Blue 4 is taking the flag. So that was an Op4 flag to defend. I'm really confused here. So I guess it's Blue 4's flag to take and then bring to the capture zone. Just Op4 didn't know where the capture zone was, but they knew where the flag was. It's weird. But this position is going to be updated every 90 seconds. So Op4 now knows that Blue 4 is bringing the flag up in that direction. And Blue 4 has a lot of forces going around. But I think they're going to try to maneuver it south now, and Op4 is just going to have to go down and cut them off. So you got Money and Vonk trying to fire at Blue 4 coming down this entryway here. Managing to knock out Edwin and eliminate another guy. Yeah, the objective was a little confusing here, but Blue 4 has the flag. Daniels grabbed it, and he's pulled it back away from where Op4 can defend it, because I assume it's Op4 defending it to push it into the AO. Regardless, you had So Slow just come up and double tap that Blue 4 guy. He is now coming up this flank here. Blue 4 unaware that this is going on, but look at all the casualties you see. Blue 4 trying to rain up that body as well. So Slow coming up. Gonna potentially get a shot on Blade. Grenade going off. Blade and So Slow get into a direct firefight, but So Slow able to win that fight there. And Blue 4 has just lost a significant amount of infantry here. It's gonna be really hard for them to recover that. As So Slow coming up trying to knock out Dardis. Actually, he might have been shooting at someone back there. It's really hard to tell at this point. And Blue 4 is now sneaking around I cannot tell where the flag is. The flag is still being kept down here, and it is going to actually end up going in the sights of Scandi Recon. Scandi Recon, though, is pulling back here to focus potentially on the Blue 4 X-Ray group, but if they check the map, they might be able to come up and intercept the flag. So Op 4 has a few guys on top of the canyon area here. Not a lot left in this area itself. Gonzo trying to touch Grav as he does a quick reload. Oh dear. Grav has thrown the satchel charge. And it has sunk into the ground and eliminated Gonzo as he gets launched out of the canyon entrance there. But Op 4 has also pulled a lot of their guys back, knowing that the flag is now on the move. Blue 4 has staved off the attack. So Slow still staying around here, throwing some grenades, getting some pickoff kills around. But Op 4 still has a handful of guys in this zone that can harass some of Blue 4 as they try to pull away. And now you're seeing Scandi Recon getting right on top of Blue 4 X-Ray's position. And these poor 4IB bastards, they don't even know. Yanni calling it out. Immediately going guns up, firing on Stark. Falcon pushing up, not noticing he just pushed right into 3 4IB guys. He gets taken out. Yanni Finn doing a quick reload there. And Blue 4 hasn't, 4IB hasn't noticed that Yanni's right there. Yanni getting so many free kills right there. Gets 3 of them, killed himself, and the only lost was on Falcon there. Meanwhile, Barbarian is doing the same thing I was doing in my third round, just camping with Iander in the back, letting everyone else do all the work. I understand that completely. But with that done, I'll be curious to see if Op 4 notices that this flag is over here. We already see 3 Op 4 guys, Lucius, Andersmain, and Ash, coming around to potentially hit this flag as Blue 4 attempted this wide flank, but they are not quick enough to get around. Some of Blue 4 here is firing up at these units. And So Slow still alive as he is attempting this wide flank. He is doing a massive wide flank around. Blue 4 doing their best to hold this position here, though. Pulling a really good 360. Banks seeing that Op 4 guy. So Slow going prone. Banks holding his fire. And So Slow takes... he gets a second kill. Going for a third. Throws a grenade and decides to move. Grenade going perfectly in front of Quickly as he turns away real quick, almost dying. Look at these plays by Op 4 today for round 3. Trying to select So Slow here. He is on 4 kills now, trying to pick off more 4IB members. Gosh, Quickly being quick to turn away from that grenade, because otherwise a grenade to the face would have definitely killed him. And we still have Op 4 trying to flank around right here to get on this spot. So Slow in a direct firefight with Foika, who has a 240 Bravo. Really tough gun to beat head on. So Slow now turning around as Smith is pushing up. Smith gets a few shots, but no hits on So Slow there. And Slow is anything but today, as he has just evaded death. And I honestly don't see any blood on the ground. I don't see any blood. The blood would still be around. It lingers for a while, but I refuse to believe he did not get hit in that barrage. There is absolutely no way. I think this might have been him a little. I don't know. The 4IV guys think you're hacking. I can see an argument for So Slow at this point, because he should have gotten hit a few times. But we got Point Man healing legal action there. Edwin still bleeding out over yonder. Scandi Recon setting up defense lines back here as this 3-man group is continuing the hunt. But Blue 4 pushing into this Op 4 defended town here. I don't see how Blue 4 is going to win. I think the flag's going to get captured, and that's going to be the end of that. You also have Grav being brought back by Hassinger. But yeah, medics are doing... Actually, Hassinger's a command role. Nah, Falcon, if you don't mind, I'd love to... I haven't done a solo round in a long time. I'd prefer to keep it that way. So you're hearing grenades going off. That would be the Blue 4 guys skirmishing with the Op 4 defensive groups. Again, it's questionable. Op 4, they know that the flag turn in positions here, so they've sent forces around, but I still find it a little curious that they had so many guys still on defensive without knowing where the flag turn in site was. At least that was officially what we were told, so I don't know. But this is TSB members trying to come up. Mox getting caught between a rock and a hard place here. Machine gun fire coming on from his rear. Rifle fire coming from his front. He's trying to fan this smoke grenade out, but throws it a little too far, and it might not give him enough billow-out particles to get through. And there he is trying to desperately follow the smoke. And he is able to get away without a scratch. He was hit a little right here, but that is fine. Meanwhile, Aim at the Ball is coming around flanking, making sure no one's moving up there. He's going to spot Risen kill as he runs back behind cover. I'm going to quickly look on map here as you still have these Op 4 guys coming around, and it looks like So Slow's gotten with Point Man, and they might still be trying to work on... Nope, he's down. Otherwise, look at Aim at the Balls here. I'm going to keep calling that, even though he switched his name to Aim at the Stars, but he was able to take out Bobby and Risen and pretty much nullify Blue 4's attack here. And just look at all the Op 4 red compared to the Blue 4 blue. There is none left in comparison. Mox trying to pick off Aim here as he is being suppressed. And Mox, honestly, he's being engaged from so many different angles. I have no idea what he's going to be able to pull from that area. Meanwhile, we still have Point Man and Aim at the Balls in this zone. Looks like they weren't able to get up that one guy that was over there. I know one of the mechs was working on, but otherwise So Slow will continue his attack. And you still have Op 4 setting up defensive lines here. However, when that flag updates to show that they are on the beach, you might see Scandi Recon pull a defensive line here. I'm really concerned why Op 4 is not trying to be offensive on this flag. Because if they could catch the flag there out of position, they could easily end the game right then and there. But I also don't think... There's the update for the flag, by the way. I think they think Blue 4 has a lot more guys defending here than they actually do. Meanwhile, Point Man So Slow, I think they're getting eyes on the remaining 4 IB guys that are right there. I'm going to quickly look back here. We still have Mox fighting for his life. And Rod picking off some of the Blue 4 guys to the south there. Got another random boat in the water. Cute. A little bit of ambiance. Op 4, I think, is just blind firing over at where Blue 4 was, thinking there's more forces there than there actually are. I don't know, just seeing So Slow's and Yanni's multi-kills right there. I think it just has come down to the PvP at this point. Oh, So Slow meeting his maker. Getting tapped, I think, in the back of the head right there on his helmet. And Point Man now pulling back as 4 IB guys are looking for blood, trying to avenge their guys that are down. Now you've got some Op 4 guys heading to the coast. I don't think they're going to make it in time. They're playing it really slow, really tactical. That flag will update again, but at least then they'll know to chase the Blue 4's flag position. And we still have a group of Blue 4 over here that could try to cross around. Meanwhile, So Slow is double tapped in the back of the head. And Point Man is now maneuvering around. I will be curious to see what he tries to do, as Mox is still pinned in this building, has nowhere to go, and Op 4 is just waiting him out. I think Op 4 thinks everyone is dead at this point. Look at this Blue 4 guy that climbed on the roof trying to get on top. Probably tapped from the internal defenses, but some really nasty bunkers dug in here. I think there's some more fire coming on Mox. Yep, he was just hit. He is now trying to crawl back. Caught on top of the wall. Rolls over. And we might see some Op 4 guys called to go deal with that. But meanwhile, Op 4 getting right on top of the flag. Dingo taking some shots at Kami. But Bassbeard and Kami able to take out Dingo 2 versus 1. Kami is crippled though, but with the help of Bassbeard, Kami is still alive. Meanwhile, Daniel and New Miles with the flag. there's not really any way they can hide at this point. They just have to hug the coast and hope for the best, as you have Lucius and Andersmain come up to the flag position, but seeing it update twice on the coast, they can predict that it will go up on the coast as well. And you've got Scandi Recon setting up a massive net over here to try to stop Blue 4 from continuously pushing. But otherwise, Bassbeard pushing up, taking a shit ton of fire, gets shot as he turns around trying to escape. Now you got Andre's man and Lucius firing at New Miles here as he desperately tries to cover the flag. And he is taken out. And now Daniel. Blue 4 is close by, but not close enough as Op 4 is closing to the flag. So these guys are going to see that map marker update and immediately start turning to engage. And Daniel is making a run for it. That flag makes him a very big target. Andersman going to come up. He's trying to go up, guns up, but as soon as he gets past these rocks, he is going to see that flag. Yep, he sees it. Now he's taking shots. Shots are going a little to the left right there. But he still manages to land a few on Daniel as he tries to roll away, but that flag is going to keep him sighted out there. Andersmain trying to get some shots up as well as Daniel rolls into the water, knowing that that'll protect him a little bit. So now trying to do medical as he stays underwater so he knows he doesn't get shot. But this is giving room for Op 4 just to come up and essentially stomp him. Blue 4 coming up on the rear as Scandi is now combing from the south. He's getting shot in by that back of the head by Ash, and he goes down. I don't see how Blue 4 can recover this. A Moz round coming in from Blue 4 Charlie 2 as they open up, trying to hit some of these Op 4 guys in the backs of the heads here. Definitely caught him off guard. Money is crippled, trying to go prone and crawl away. Another Moz round just next to Rory's face, ends up going behind him. Off by a millimeter, and Blue 4 is desperately trying to send all these forces up, but with the Scandi Recon reinforcements, I don't see this Blue 4 force getting out too far. Yeah, so it was 2 quad bikes on Op 4, and then Blue 4 had a 10% numbers advantage, which only meant they had another like 5 or 6 guys. So Blue 4 has a little bit of a height advantage here, and they're using it to the best of their ability to try to pick off some Op 4 guys, but honestly, I think only 1 Op 4 casualty has been sustained here. Bassbeard's still down, Kami was trying to work on him, but with the reinforcements from Scandi, they could easily come around and get everything. But now you have Op 4 controlling the flag. I think both sides could capture this flag and move it to the flag capture zone. But Op 4 is just going to grab it and move on here. So this was a neutral flag and turn in, except one of the sides was to Op 4's side, question mark. So, shrug. I really don't understand this game mode, because usually it's one side's defending the flag, the other side can then take the flag and then move it to a capture zone, but this one, both sides could touch the flag. So, I don't know. Has a why. So Op 4 is just going to be able to hold these Blue 4 guys. More Blue 4 guys coming in. Pointman did a wide flank here, but he is late. And Op 4 still has a bunch of guys at the capture zone. And I think this is just going to end poorly for Blue 4 because Op 4 has a lot of room to maneuver forces around. Also, I don't see Mox here anymore. I think it was picked off. But Op 4 is running the flag back. What? Who won first round? The attacking faction, which was Op 4. Second round was won by the defending faction, which was Op 4. And the third round is going to be won by, more than likely, Op 4. It's the victory lap, yeah. There goes Sal. Pierce getting shot at by Armagesus and picked off. Op4 is rallying under the flag to fight Blue 4. And just using it to bait Blue 4 into ambushes. Oh. Joy, oh joy. And Blue 4 at this point is just getting cut down by a large force here with the flanking force on the rear, but the flanking force is being engaged by their own guys and gets tapped by either Ash or Nim. It was by Nim who got the kill because she's at -1. Unfortunate. Blue on blue happens every day.
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Okay. So Ash is delivering some more fire over there, not realizing that that place is pretty much secured. Ryan was spotted, and Bassbeard is opening up on him. Bassbeard managing to get the hit there. And we still have Blue 4 coming over here. And at this point, these two have the flag, and they're just driving it up the coast. But here is Blue 4's last group of forces here. Point Man running over to where the gunshots are. But I think this is going to be over in a few minutes. It's 3 rounds per branch. There's 2 branches, EU and NA. NA will start in about an hour and 8 minutes officially, but usually the first round doesn't actually begin until about 8:15, 8:30. This is tense. But Op4 is just following the flag marker at this point. Does Barb have any kills? Probably not. But we can check. Barbarian is at a whopping 0 kills. Just like me in my branch. Bart now rushing up. A GL round going in right on top of Armagesus and Money. Hassinger did a really good shot there. Bart now needs to come in and close the distance, and he can get some free kills easy. Point Man might actually run in his Blue 4 column moving up. Money blind firing up here. Not sure what he thought he saw. The flag has been dropped. They They put it in the fucking lighthouse. Oh my god. Okay then. I don't know. This is gonna be drawn out. And there's still officially 33 and a half minutes left on the round. No, 24. God, I can't math today. I'm sorry. Hassinger gonna catch Armagesus and Money out of position. Starts delivering shots. A lot of bullets went on Armagesus' head. Only now is he called unconscious by the game's logic. Point Man hearing these gunshots, though, knowing it's Blue 4, might try to flank Hassinger here, as Hassinger thinks he is okay fighting a direct fight here. He has taken a few gunshots, though, and he is loading a 203. Really well placed right there. Got it on an angle. It splintered and hit some of these units here. That one went a little far. And Point Man is running up. Yeah, this is just gonna get stalled out to time. Point man possibly gonna spot Hassinger here. Beautiful headshot by Point Man right there. Delivering multiple shots to make sure he gets the kill. Now we have Bart, and then 4 dudes. Moving up to Op 4. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is pretty much GG. Blue 4 has to fight through way too many players and then move all the way into this flag capture zone. You have G-Legs swimming all the way to this boat to potentially get on top and set up a machine gun right here. But otherwise, we will be back with NA in an hour. Now we're just going to chill. But yeah, what was my favorite round of the night? I thought round 2 was pretty awesome. The helicopter Huey landing, and then they screwed it up on the 3rd round and rolled it. That was all pretty funny. Definitely back and forth right there. Alrighty. I don't know, the round was definitely confusing. I think Op 4 is allowed to take the flag after it's been touched by Blue 4. And then, you know, reposition it wherever they want. So they could just run with it forever, in all honesty. But, like, this is it, you know? I got my pizza right here. I'm just waiting for the round to officially be over. Let's see. Let's talk about channel stuff. So, SCP Overlords op released today. I released a little tutorial about how to fix duped assets on Eden Editor, because, you know, felt like doing a how-to. But I have literally, like, nearly 2 weeks worth of highlights that I edited out last night, and we'll get those on schedule. But I've also got a few other small tutorials to make. But hey, I'm glad that Barb got the op where Scandi Recon wins. But, you know, say lovey.
Let's give him a warm welcome.
But yeah, Ash, pizza good. Pizza good. Hold up, Barbarian is in the kill zone. These 3 chuckleheads are grouping together. They're memeing about. They're spotted by Blue 4 just looking up at them. Oh, they're probably on yelling or something, thinking it's over. Az looking over, not noticing that Blue 4 is set up right there. Oh, I was hoping we'd see Barbarian get shot in the side of the head. Watch out, Scandy's hacking. Honestly, if Scandi was hacking, I think they would know that these guys are over here. But now you got Az running over and immediately gets opened up on. He gets blown away to high hell. You're right. I'm sorry, Falcon. Az knew. That's why he just charged over and got blown to high hell. All right, Barb. You've got the machine gun. Did he actually get one? I gotta make sure he doesn't get a kill, otherwise he'll have bragging rights. Naf's in the lead. Yeah, the wiggle suppress. Smith waking back up. In the smoke. Naf's leads. Mac done Smith. And Manford being patient and waiting it out. Oh, and Nafs gets Manford. Not gonna lie, Nafs, again, he's your cream of the crop from King of the Hill. He's very good with PvP, and I think that's all the blue 4 get. No! There's still one man. The next Audrey Hotto with 0 kills. The world is now in Bart's hands. Will he be able to successfully get to the lighthouse and take the flag? Or will he be hunted down and murdered, just like everyone else on Blue 4? I say this as Bart now goes into the ocean. That's not the way where the flag is. What are you doing? Bart, you gotta go to the flag. The flag. The flag, Bart. The flag. The flag, Bart. No, okay, yep, there. Oh, hey, Bart. Bart, what are you doing? Bart is confused. And Bart runs into 2 OPFOR guys and surrenders, only for to be shot at, and he's now friendly wiggling. He has given up, and he gets magged by Rory. Ah, yes. Clearly the next Audrey Hotto. I see. Well. And they just threw the flag. And the flag is now no longer here. I don't know what they just did to the flag. It's now all the way over there. What? I don't. We'll be back in an hour for NA. I'm gonna just go question everything. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and hopefully I'll see you again in an hour.